A KSL Sports presentation. Game Night Live kicks off now. Sponsored by UCCU.
Welcome to Rice-Eccles Stadium. It is Championship Thursday, and we're about to settle on who's going to be the champion in 6A. Will it be Corner Canyon? Will it be Lone Peak? These two teams that have played each other in so many big games will do it once again here on the turf of Rice-Eccles Stadium for the 6A State Championship. Jeremiah Jensen, Stevenson Sylvester with you. Can't wait for this one. We've been talking about the potential of this matchup all season long. Now it's here. Once again, we've seen this before. Yes. Corner Canyon versus Lone Peak. But this is their story and their chapter. Can't wait for them to tell it. As you look at both of these teams, great players all over the place. What's going to be the difference for Corner Canyon? It could be the run game. And they've had some young guys step up at that position at running back.
Yeah, normally you're talking about the quarterbacks and throwing, right? But no, this running game has been dynamic in this offense. Weston Briggs, you got to say his name just like that. And King Cooper has stepped up in the absence of Brighton Brady this year, and they have made dynamic impact to affect football games. And so I think this running game is going to be a top-notch and huge. You're going to have to grind it out. These are former region foes, so they know each other well, and the great way to get through games like that, tough rivalry games, is having an effective running game. So those two are going to be very important today.
Yeah, these coaches know each other well. Coach Kerr, Coach Brockbank have been in several state championship games. This is nothing new to them. You look on the Lone Peak side, Slide, if you're going to pick a playmaker that could make a bit difference in a big game like this, I first think of Landon Goff. Yeah,
number 2, Landon Goff. You're going to see him all over the place today. In a game we covered earlier this season, he made this incredible interception at the right time, right when you needed something. When we're just like, somebody's going to have to step up and make the play, that's the guy that you're going to expect to make a play. Landon Goff is all over the field. He affects more things than one. Defensively, he's an outstanding corner, but in the return game, he is dynamic. So they're going to have to try to kick the ball away from him as well, but he made a huge impact on this game as well.
This is not the first meeting between these two teams. For more on that, let's go down to the sideline. Mariluz Cook joins us. Taking a break from the San Diego Padres to do a little high school football. Mariluz?
Sure thing, and I'm so happy to be here. My goodness, what a beautiful day for some football. Now, Corner Canyon is looking to avenge their only loss of the season against Lone Peak. Now, Lone Peak in that game earlier this season, they were able to surge ahead in the second quarter, scoring 21 points, including a 58-yard touchdown pass from Kepa Nematolu to Bear Tenney. Now, despite fighting back with touchdowns in the third and fourth quarter, Corner Canyon was unable to come back. Now, when I had a conversation with one of their coaches on the sideline ahead of today's game, I asked, hey, do you know, is that something that's affecting preparation, that's on the minds of this team at all? He said, no, it doesn't really affect anything for us. So we like to think that certainly revenge is going to play a factor. But if you ask them, they're saying, it's any other game, despite the fact that it is a state championship game. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Mariluz. That sets the stage for this rematch. The winner this time gets the 6A state title. The Corner Canyon Chargers are preparing to run out on the turf of Rice-Eccles Stadium. This is their 7th straight state championship game appearance, going all the way back to 2018. And the year before that, Zach Wilson got them to the semifinals. This team is used to winning. They know how to win here. And so they're searching for their 5th state title. You see right there, they won it in 2018. They won it in 2019. They won it in 2020. 3 straight state titles. That's Jackson Dart there celebrating a state championship. There's Jackson Powers Johnson, who's now with the Vegas Raiders. He won a title with the multiple titles with the Chargers. And of course, last year, led by Isaac Wilson, winning the state championship in 2023. Here they come. The Corner Canyon Chargers take the field at Rice-Eccles Stadium. To the boos of the crowd here on the west side that you're hearing. Now on the other side, the Lone Peak Knights. They won a state title back in 2021. This group wants to do it again.
It's going to be an exciting game. 7 straight state championship appearances. You started rolling that tape, and I'm like, I remember that. Has that been 7 years ago?
Yeah.
And so this is absolutely amazing, and that is just a show of dominance from this Corner Canyon program and Coach Eric Kerr. He's done a terrific job coaching these guys year in and year out, getting prepared, making kids want to be here. Kids want to be coached, and they want to be coached the right way, and you got to do the right things in order to be in Coach Kerr's program. So I just love what he's able to do year in, year out. Despite injuries, they've had 3 massive injuries to the stars on this football team this year, and they still have overcame it to a 12-1 record and back to the state championship.
Eric Kerr in his 8th season as the head coach at Corner Canyon, his record 95-8. Just 8 losses in 8 years at Corner Canyon.
Insane.
Only one this year, and that team that beat them, the Lone Peak Knights, led by Bart Brockbank, who is in his 8th year at Lone Peak, a 68-34 record. He's led them to 2 state titles, looking for a 3rd here today.
Yeah, those years of absence of Corner Canyon winning the title. One was against Lone Peak here, the other one was Sky Ridge, but these Lone Peaks have had good years, and they had a couple bad years, and this is one of the years where they brought it all back. Last year they weren't as good. This year they've brought it all back, and they've been great since the start. And, so Coach Brockbank is doing a great job in the offseason, getting these guys ready to go each and every year to get back here to the state final.
Corner Canyon gets the ball first. Their quarterback, number 6, Bronson Evans, a junior, stepping in for the injured Helaman Kasuga. He's done a terrific job this year leading this offense. Right out of the gate, a big run. King Cooper, can he take it to the house? 80 yards? Yes, he can. Touchdown, Corner Canyon on play number 1. What a start for the Chargers.
Wow, King Koopa, right?
Yep.
It's not Mario over here. Look at that blocking. That's how you want to start a football game, right there. That is a huge run. As we said, Briggs and Cooper have done an amazing job in the absence of Brighton Brady, and that's just an example of that. Corner Canyon does not lack talent anywhere on the football field. That is the essence of a great organization, a great program, is that you can put another guy in and make things happen. Great cut at the line of scrimmage, and then it's off to the races after that. Cooper shows off his speed, gets all the way to the end zone.
Kingston Cooper,
just
the junior running back.
Just a junior.
80 yards in a state championship game. What a job for the front, for Corner Canyon, creating the blocks that they needed. And once he got to the secondary, they had no chance.
That's the hard part about some defensive calls that you make. You can have all the responsibilities blocked up, but if one guy messes it up, you can go yard, right? And so, it's very important for everybody to do their job in a football game, and this is one of those cases here. He makes one cut at the offensive line of scrimmage, makes a guy miss, and it's, 80 yards later, he's in the end zone.
What a start for Corner Canyon. What a statement made right out of the gate. You don't think they're thinking about that loss earlier in the season when they were down 28-7? They came to play today. Now it's Lone Peak's turn to respond. They will return this. They got a lane. Guess who? Landon Goff. We talked about him at the open.
I said kick away from him.
They kicked right to him.
I said kick away from him. This guy is lightning in a bottle. He gets it done. Absolutely dynamic. As I said, he's an amazing corner. You're going to want to throw away from him. But here, look at this. Hits it head on, just as you're supposed to. No real juking around. Hit it with timing. Allow your blockers to get their blocks. But that's an amazing return. 55 yards to go for the touchdown. Davis
Nelson saved the touchdown. Lone Peak starts this drive at their own 45-yard line. 1st and 10. Their quarterback, Kepanime Tolu, the junior, transfers from Alta. He played on this turf last year in the semifinals. A catch and run past the marker into Corner Canyon territory at the 41-yard line.
This is going to be a foot race, isn't it?
They're going to wear out my voice today.
Yeah, it's going to be a foot race today. That was a great throw by Kepa. Right on the outside, allowed the runner to turn upfield and keep going. as you said, these are familiar foes. These guys know each other. And so you're going to take.
It was Jashawn Mayberry with the catch. 1st and 10 from the 41. Kepa, reverse. He's got room to run. Can't break that tackle. To the 31 is number 10, Owen McNeil. The tackle made by number 4, Brock White.
Haymaker after haymaker thrown in this football game today. I can't wait for it. We had a great 5A championship to the game again, and then this to follow it up, and then another great game after this. This is great football, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot wait to see the outcome of this one.
We're with you all day today here on KSL Sports. Kepa Nimetolu flushed out of the pocket, throws. Incomplete. It was on the money. Couldn't come down with it.
Great pass protection right there. He had a lot of time in the pocket. I think he actually delivered a good ball just off the mark on the catch there. But great job by Kepa Nimetolu at staying in the pocket. As soon as he got a little bit of pressure, he moved sideways, kept his eyes downfield. He delivered a good ball. That's got to be a catch on that play right there.
2nd and 10 from the 31. Run up the middle. Nimetolu is mobile. Up to the 24-yard line. He's rushed for 383 yards this year, 7 touchdowns. Doesn't do it a lot, but he's effective when he does. Third and 3 from the 24. Up the middle.
It's the first down.
Samuel Wright. Going to see a lot of Samuel Wright with Sean Tahi banged up. Tahi was injured in the semifinal.
As you said, we saw this Lone Peak team. They lost early in the season to Sky Ridge, but they bounced back from that. And they are striking.
Right again. Cuts. Gets a couple. They'll give him 4 yards up to the 15-yard line. He's 2nd and 6. Yeah, it's going to be fun watching the chess match here between these two head coaches who've done it at a high level over the past 8 years in the state. And Eric Kerr did it long before that at Jordan. These guys know how to coach. And they got great staffs as well. Nimetolu throws, caught. Owen McNeil.
Great RPO game, great action right there. Receiver was able to go in and come back out on the RPO. Great reaction there by Kepa Nimetolu. It's a big gain on that one play, making it 3rd down and short.
You see that offensive line. Lone Peak is big up front, led by Austin Pay, who is committed to BYU, number 70. 3rd and 1. They're going to run it. Nope. Yeah, they are. They're going to keep it. Nimetolu's got a shot. Powering his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Lone Peak. Short. Is
are they going to mark him short?
Which one?
They didn't show it.
They didn't show it.
They looked well into the end zone to me, but they're going to mark him.
Oh, they gave it to him.
They're going to mark him.
Nobody raised their hands.
It's a touchdown. It's a touchdown.
Yeah, I say it was a touchdown. Nimetolu does a great job.
Yeah, not even close. That's a touchdown. He was in the pile. We got an extra point here, and then we'll take another look at the touchdown.
Oh, blocked.
It's blocked. We got a flag. This will be interesting. These extra points matter.
Yes, they do.
As we learned last week.
That Corner Canyon Lehigh matchup was very,
that game was decided on an extra point that hit the upright.
It's against the defense, so they'll get another crack at this. Trying to see what happened. Did they jump over the center?
Personal foul, jumping over a down lineman, half the distance to the goal, retry on time down.
They'll try it again. They won't opt for the 2-point try, even though they're closer to the line. They will kick it. Brecken Carr to tie it. It's good. 8:09 left to play first quarter. We got a 7-7 tie. Another look at the score.
Yeah, great job by Nimitolu. Understanding you get by the end zone. Don't keep going wide. Cut it up if you can. Lean on the back of your offensive lineman right there. Fall right into the end zone. Going right behind his blockers, his pulling blockers right there. Sorry, I keep wanting to call Austin Pay Connor. So had to make sure I got that right.
I'm sure Connor's watching right now and he appreciates that.
Oh, yeah.
Good to see Connor back out in the field for BYU.
You're going to see Lone Peak run off that left side of the offensive line a lot, and
yes,
he's a
you
big
will.
reason why. Talented O-line, as you said, big across the board. Very effective, very technical. When you get all the way to the state championship game in the 6A, you have to be technically sound as a football team. That's why I love to call these games, because you see the professionalism, the work from the offseason to now is on full display for both teams. So, yes, as you said, chess match. There's no bigger chess. It's 7-7. Just as we started 0-0.
Doesn't matter how you got there.
It doesn't matter how you got there. We're still in this first quarter. Now, this is going to be an incredible game, folks. 4 minutes gone in this game. 80 yards by both teams. Actually, no. What is that? 55 yards for Lone Peak's offense and 80 yards for Corner Canyon's offense and 45-yard return.
Drives that couldn't look any more different, yet we're tied at 7.
Right.
All even. Here we go with the kickoff.
Good kick.
No chance. That'll come out to the 20. The Chargers have only run one play, and it went for 80 yards. Kingston Cooper. An 80-yard touchdown run. That offensive line, we're going to talk a lot about offensive line today, Sly, because look at this group. Look at these guys. Led by Zion Finau. You got Easton Tafa, who's being recruited by everybody. This is a good group.
Zion Finau, who is your short yardage specialist.
Yes, he's their refrigerator Perry. Everybody under the age of 40 has no idea what I'm talking about right now. I just aged myself.
I mean, I know who you're talking about.
Because you're a football historian.
Yeah.
How old were you in '85?
I was in my father's thoughts.
Okay. You didn't exist. Second down. Cooper. He's tripped up. Oh, he stretches out. I think that was enough to get to the 30. That'll move the chains.
King Cooper is very effective here. Doing a great job of staying right behind his blocks, allowing them to get up there and then take the side where the defender isn't. Bounce out, gets 10 yards on first down.
Under 7:30 left first quarter. Another run. This time it's Weston Briggs.
Briggs. You're going to see a lot of tough running from him today. I love Briggs' running style. He gets in there. He makes it happen. Tough running. Just like Logan Sella from Roy. These guys get in there and they make it happen. Is exactly what you want in your running back.
Evans, his first pass of the game. Patiently looking now, he's going to run. He slides 2 yards short of the 40. So it'll be 3rd down and about 2.
And again, great decision. It's not there. Pull it down and run it. Get positive yards. Make it short. Again, you can put in your short yardage, almost guaranteed guy here, but you're not going to. You're still deep in your territory. But you can do a lot of things here. You can continue on with the RPO game. You can run the ball. Oh, that's a false start.
A rare mistake by this offensive line at the snap.
Dead ball. False start. 75 offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
Caden Williams got caught moving. So 3rd and 7. Evans will pass.
Oh.
Incomplete, going for Krishawn Lee. And the Chargers are going to have to punt.
Yeah, that was almost undercut. Good thing that was a little high, but good defense right there. Unfortunately, a penalty has negated that drive. That's right. Games like this is going to be very technical. It's going to come down to the end again, and you can't make mistakes like this. For games like this, you almost got to be perfect. It sucks to say, but yeah, every mistake could prove valuable at the end of the game. As we saw last week in the Corner Canyon-Lehigh game, an extra point was the difference.
Fair caught at the 42-yard line, or sorry, 37-yard line. Great field position for Lone Peak. And after the rough start, the Knights can take the lead on this drive.
Well, great drive last time. They got momentum. Let's see if they can capitalize on that, right? Is Corner Canyon going to come up here and make a stop here, just like the Lone Peak defense just did? Or is Lone Peak going to continue on this momentum charge that they're on?
They're going to run. Corner Canyon bottles that up.
Well, it's evident both teams wants to establish a run. You know, emotions run high in this type of game, and no better way to calm everybody down, get everybody centered, than running the football.
Samuel Wright has 600-plus yards on the season, 5 touchdowns. Tahi emerged as their bigger threat, but Wright is an experienced player, and they're going to lean on him today, the 6', 180-pound senior. Going to go with the jet sweep again. Ty Cogswell.
Good right upfield. Nice, great execution on that. Big gain, making it 3rd down and short.
Because of their speed slide, Corner Canyon has always been great side to side. It's so tough to beat them on the edges because they do such a great job in contain. It's interesting to see Lone Peak's trying to test that right now.
Well, here's the thing is you got to keep them honest. If they only think you're going to go straight ahead, then they're going to load up in there. But if they think you have the possibility of going side to side, then it keeps them like, okay, we got to do that. And so I would say the majority of my plays cannot be wide plays, i.e. that play right there, you need to be more downhill. But you got to make sure the defense respects both your outside running game and your internal run game.
They're going to go for it. They were short on that carry. They need to get to the 47. They're at the 46. 4th and 1. Here we go. Keppa keeps. Keppa up the middle. He's got the first down.
We said it last week. The Wildcat formation where the quarterback carries the ball is one of the hardest plays to guard because normally the defense would have an extra defender because you take the QB out of, the mix. But in this game here, with your quarterback being able to be a runner, it makes it that much harder to win your one-on-ones, get off double teams, and make a play. So it's almost guaranteed to get a positive yardage.
1st and 10 from the 48. Keppa's going to throw. Tight coverage, knocked away.
Good coverage there by Keaton Adamson.
Adamson has played a lot of games for Corner Canyon. A lot of experience.
Very tight. Pumped up. Great play right there.
The 2nd and 10. Kepa, plenty of time. Waiting for something to open. The coverage is outstanding. Now he's got to scramble. Now he throws over the top. Now he's open, but he missed him. Jashawn Mayberry got open. He got loose, but Kepa just put a little bit too much on it. It'll be 3rd and 10.
That's got to be a nice little touch pass. It's so hard, right? Watch him escape here. Sits in the pocket, tons of pressure. Watch him set this guy up. Oh, and now he gets him. Like Jordan Mayberry does a great job of releasing, because there was 3 people right there in that one area, but he sees Kepa scrambling. He's like, shoot, let me go to the end zone. Gets out of there. Oof. Pass was just a touch off right there. But great play, extending that drive by Kepa Nimotolu.
If he completed that, it would have gone for 6. Instead, it's 3rd and 10 from the 48, and we have a flag. And it's a delay of game.
Does it feel like that play clock goes fast? I didn't feel like that was 40 seconds.
Dead ball, delay game, number 12, offense. 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
I guess let me go back to high school. Time flies when you're having fun, huh?
Time ran out on Lone Peak there, so it's going to cost him 5 yards with 3:20 left in the quarter.
Yeah, this play clock be running. They want to make sure these offenses get going. It's already at 10 seconds here.
Blitz comes. They pick it up. Now he's got to run. He's not going anywhere. They wrap him up. He gets a little bit, but not enough. Paxton Nagel back from injury. Takes him down, and Lone Peak's going to have to punt.
That's so hard. Lone Peak went for it on 4th down, so they made this optional. Took some time off the clock, gave their defense some rest. But here you have the opportunity of pinning your opponent down inside their 15, possibly 10-yard line here. Great punt.
Paxton Nagel is committed to Utah State. Nothing there.
Great punt. It was a great punt. It was a little
Good
low,
coverage,
but it was distant. It made the returner go backwards, and so it made up for the yards that you would gain with the height of your punt. And then just great coverage, right? Special teams and kicking coverage is all about effort. And I can't emphasize that enough of how much effort matters. With Utah giving up multiple special teams touchdowns the last few weeks, and you look at those plays, and there's technically things in there, but the main thing is you need effort on those plays. So if you want to knock out some special teams, big play stuff, you got to give maximum effort.
We're in a TV timeout here. Mary Luz, can you hear us up here? If you're ready, you got some more information about this great run by Corner Canyon.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we got you. Go ahead.
Fabulous, fabulous. I had a great chat with one of their coaches, BJ Cavender, who used to actually play for Coach Kerr. He was a center for him and has been coaching with him since 2009. I asked him about the 96-8 record that Coach Kerr has been able to obtain since coaching at Corner Canyon and what it is that he thinks has set him apart as a coach. And he said, you know what, he has really, really high expectations and he's not willing to lower them for anyone. And so as a staff, as players, we are just very motivated to meet them. And he was actually the same person that told me, hey, listen, there's not anything different that we're looking at this game with, considering that we had lost to Lone Peak. So, again, just high standard of play that is expected regardless of opponent. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Mary Luz. BJ Cavender played for him at Jordan. Cavender was a great high school football player. Here comes Corner Canyon. King Cooper trying to break a tackle, but this time Lone Peak's not going to let him get away.
What are your thoughts about, the mindset of Coach Kerr and how it, radiates through, his team?
His fingerprints are on everything, and once you've established a culture, Sly, and you have seniors who have been in this program and then they pass it along to the next group, then you have player-led locker rooms and leadership, and that's what they've had. And so he's established a program and it works and people believe in it. You have people that want to play at Corner Canyon. These kids want to play here, and they're serious about football. A lot of these players are kids that have aspirations to play at the next level, and they believe that Coach Kerr and his staff can prepare them for that. So the work ethic, the accountability, the discipline is all there to build a great program, and it just continues year in and year out. Quick bubble screen. Just short of the marker, so it's going to be third and a little bit.
I can't agree with you more. And that's
Drew Watcott with the catch.
That's my mindset as well, right? Is why not have big aspirations? Why not have big goals?
Ooh.
Zion Finau did not get the.
He's short.
That does not happen often, folks. As soon as Zion Finau gets the ball, he normally gets that first down. But
he went airborne too.
Yeah. What? Lone Peak says, I don't care.
Are they going to go again?
He said, you need to restock your fridge.
Coach, you're thinking about it?
I go for it. Go. Why
this
not?
Would be bold. You're at your own 22-yard line. They're going to send in the punt unit.
You're going to kick it. You got a speed punt.
Coach Kerr is a brilliant coach.
Got a speed punt
He's
here.
not a fool.
No. It's early in this football game.
What a stand by Lone Peak there to get that stop. That's been as effective as the tush push in Philly.
Yeah.
For Corner Canyon this year, and that was a big stop by Lone Peak. So again, the Knights will have terrific field position. Going to mark this at the 41-yard line. They have had that advantage so far in the first quarter. Now with 23 seconds left, as Lone Peak has had great field position, dealing with a shorter field, while Corner Canyon has had to start at the 20. Kepanime Tolu will hand it off to Wright. Samuel Wright. Nice run on first down, and that could be and should be the last play of the first quarter.
I like it. This is going to be a bloodbath. This is going to be high energy. Lots of playmaking here. Another one where defense is going to determine the champion here. This is gonna be tight to the finish. Great minds at head coaching on both sides. Expect a lot out of the players.
Whoever wins this game, it's going to come at a cost. This is going to be a physical game. What a start. 7-7 is the score after one quarter. We talked about the history between these two teams, and it goes not that far back because Corner Canyon hasn't been around that long, but in this short history they have together, it's been pretty intense. They've met in some great games. Here's one slide we called back in 2009. If we can pull out that video from the 2019 game. Remember this comeback, Sly. 2:17 left on the clock. Lone Peak had a 10-point lead. Corner Canyon quarterback Cole Hagan finds Talmadge Handley in the end zone to cut the lead to 3 with 54 seconds left. They get the ball back with 30 seconds left, and then they drive down the field for the game-winning touchdown. Here it comes. Cole Hagan to Cody Hagan. One brother to the other, both down at BYU right now, and that was the game winner. I still cannot believe what I saw that day. Rallying from a 10-point lead with 2:17 left to win the game. That was their matchup back in 2009. We had that game for you on Game Night Live. We still talk about that game.
Oh yeah. That was one of the most insane football games, one we've ever called. But that, because it's crazy, because we're like, if you have luck, you could do X, Y, Z. It's like a 0.2 chance of that happening.
Yeah.
And it ended up happening. And that's the spirit of Corner Canyon over these years, is that never quit mentality and just being tough every second of that moment. That game was tough. As you can see, it was very low scoring.
Yeah.
There was 17 points scored in the last 3 minutes of that football game. It was incredible.
21 between
game.
the two teams in the last 2 minutes, yeah.
Yes.
Wild game.
But that's what makes these games awesome, and why this matchup here is so crazy, because these guys have been foes for a while and have made epic football games throughout the years, and I expect today to be nothing less.
That comeback was part of a 48-game win streak by Corner Canyon that tied a state record for consecutive wins. That was the peak of their dynasty during that 3-year run in 2018, 19, and 20, and it continues to this day. Kepa off to Samuel Wright, tries to get off tackle. Can't break free, but he does pick up a first down.
Great run right there. This is hard to tell, because Neiman Tolu does a great job of carrying out the fake. Either he hands it off or doesn't hand it off. You don't know as a defense, so you have to make sure that you have both covered. And sometimes when you go with the other one is opened up. So these guys do a great job of, even when they don't have the ball, carrying out the fake to make the defense believe that you're going for it.
Kepa taking open. A shot deep. Overthrew his receiver. Tried to hit Ty Cogswell, who was wide open. Had beat the safety. There was no one over the top.
That's one of those. That's one of those little.
You gotta loft it up.
Just
it was
loft
just
it
too
up.
much
Have him
juice
run
on
under it. This is one of those. The backyard. You're in the backyard with your brother. You're at recess with your friends. Just throw it over the shoulder. Just nice and easy. He had time in the pocket. He just got so excited. It was exactly how they drew it up, and he just put a little too much on it.
2nd and 10 from the 47. Kepa keeps up the middle. They're gonna mark him 2 yards short of the first down. Gets down to the 39-yard line.
They have been running the ball effectively in this football game. So it's 3rd down and short here, 3rd down and 2. Let's see what they decide to go with here.
Third and 2 from the 39. They're going to hand it off. No, they're going to keep it. It's caught. First down. Kepa connects with number 10, Owen McNeil, and that'll move the chains.
You can see Kepa's eyes here and what he's looking at to make sure that he wants to go with the RPO or not. He's looking at that safety. That safety was inside. He doesn't, because he's still unsure. That was a very last second decision to deliver that football.
Samuel Wright off tackle. He's got a lot on this time. Still going. Inside the 20. Down to the 16-yard line. The Knights are in the red zone.
Way to move the football. Great handoff, great blocking. Amazing effort individually here in the open field. Break this tackle right here. Pick up 5 extra yards. Great run right there by Smith.
First and 10 from the 16. The Knights trying to take the lead in this 6A state championship game. Right again, fighting, gets 2 or 3. They're going to mark him at the 13. Clock's running, coming up on 9 minutes here in the half. 2nd and 7 from the 13. Go back to right again. Just short of the 10-yard line. So now they'll have a 3rd down situation.
These are hairy decisions. Like, what do you do here, right? I think you're just far enough away where it's not an easy run. But you're down here in this side of the end zone, so you can't really, like, open up the pass because, like, a short slant pass might not get there, right? And so, like, what type of play do you do here? I mean, the only open play that people do is either, you know, a 7 route by the slot right there or a fade route on one-on-one right there, but it's going to be difficult. They're playing off.
Empty backfield. Kepa to the end zone. Caught! Touchdown, Lone Peak. Isaac Staley. His first catch of the game is a touchdown.
Kepa means business. That's a great throw. Over the top.
A couple misses today.
Yeah.
That was right on the mark.
Over the top of those defenders right there. If he doesn't get enough height on there, that's possibly picked off. But they ran a 7 route from the slot and another post route right behind it. And at the goal line, the defense has to be kind of flat-footed right there at the goal line because all the offense needs to do is touch that far goal line. So it's very easy for somebody to tiptoe or get to the back of the end zone right there. And that's what happens here. You get a 7 route on the front side and come back to the post route on the backside. Great job, great execution. This is a tremendous throw right here. Perfect for his receiver to come down with that 7 route here, post route right behind everything. Right over the top. That's just an amazing throw.
Ike Staley had one of the best catches we've seen all year last week in the semifinal, and he comes through there to give Lone Peak the lead. 14-7 is the score in the 6A state championship game with 8:13 left to play in the half. We'll be right back after this.
Moving mountains takes more than muscle. It takes commitment through the comfortable, the uncomfortable, the starts, the stops, the sunny days, the stormy days. Here at Salt Lake Running Company, rain or shine, we've got you. We are here to help you keep moving forward. Locally owned, locally operated since 1995, SLRC offers free custom shoe fittings, rewards, training groups, races, free events, seminars, and clinics. Visit us in store or online today at slrc.com.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home.
So you can finally finish your basement and raise the value of your home.
Or pay off your credit cards and get out of debt faster. Nice.
Or simply enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit ready for a rainy day.
To learn more, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
It's a touchback. Corner Canyon will start this next drive at their own 20-yard line. Down 14-7. So now it'll be interesting. This is the first moment in this game, Sly, with 8:13 left in the half, that Corner Canyon is trailing. You're relying on some juniors that haven't been in these moments before. Let's see how they respond. They're going to go to the run game. Weston Briggs. Boy, he's been sensational since they lost Brighton Brady to a season-ending injury. Briggs in 9 games coming in has 1,184 yards and 11 touchdowns. It's a 131 yards per game average.
That's nice. And again, that's him there getting some tough running yards. Love the way he runs the football, and I think we talked about it in the pregame. I think that is what Corner Canyon's going to do. Of course, eventually they're going to have to open this ball up to Kai Mesa and Krishan Lee, But I think here early on in this game, getting Weston Briggs established, King Cooper established, is of utmost importance.
Briggs pushing forward to the 40 with some help from his friends.
Great. They mishandled snap right there, but Briggs takes it and goes straight downhill. No messing around there. You go straight downhill. You see your cavity, you take it, and you go. 2 hands on the football. Get as much as you can get out of that.
7 minutes left in the half. 2nd and 2. Evans will pass. Looking deep, not there. Now he's going to escape the pocket and run. He has the first down. Nice play by Evans. Bronson Evans, the junior quarterback, filling in for the injured Helaman Kasuga. Kasuga had a season-ending injury in the Mountain Ridge game. And Evans has not lost his starting quarterback for Corner Canyon.
Yeah, we said it today. We've had some really good quarterback play today. Good decision making, right? I think he had one-on-one downfield. He could have did whichever. Oh, that's going to be holding too.
That's trouble for Corner Canyon. Not only is Krishawn Lee taken down in the backfield, but you got a flag in the backfield as well.
Yeah, great decisions by the quarterbacks made today, and both Kepa, Nimitolu, and Bronson Evans here. Gimerson Gallman in the last game. Drew Gardner as well, making that a thriller earlier today.
Holding 64 offense, 10-yard penalty, remains first down.
Trips to the right. Evans is going to run again. And he gets hit pretty hard at the 44, short of the original line of scrimmage.
I mean, he got a big chunk back there, though.
He did.
That's a great 9-yard pickup right there, making it 2nd down and 11, which is, it's nice. You get back to midfield, which means your playbook is now opened up. You can still, if Lone Peak gives you a look to run the ball, you can run the ball, but they don't. They have enough guys in the pocket.
Trouble picked off. It's intercepted. Takes it all the way down to the 10. It's Bart Mulatalo. They were trying to run the screen slide, and Mulatalo was in the way.
Well, here's the thing. They had screens on both sides of the line of scrimmage. He should have went back to the left over here, but the pressure was coming from his left, so he only looked right. Bart Mulatalo, run, big man, run. This is the screen on the top of your screen that he should have went to right there. Just an extremely athletic play there made there by Bot. Comes up with it, and this already dominating offense is now set up 1st down and 10 from the 10-yard line. First down and goal.
Right, trying to get to the end zone. Still fighting down inside the 5, down to the 3. The Knights trying to take advantage of this turnover with 5:30 left in the half.
Look at that. Great hustle there by Corner Canyon, but Wright getting all the way to the edge, making that little cutback to pick 3 more yards up on that is huge. Now 2nd down and go from the 3. How do they execute down here?
Tight formation. Kepa, handoff, Wright, fighting. The line's pushing.
Oh. Down to the 1. Oh.
Mano-y-mano there. Hat on a hat. Comes up short.
That right there is a top-tier defensive play right here. I mean, you could do a lot of things here. What do you want to do? You got to play action. You could bootleg out, the old Peyton Manning bootleg out, or Hey, this is going to be a straight QB run game. I'm telling you this right now. Kepanime Tolu's keeping this and going straight to the end zone.
Slides right up to the middle, into the end zone. For the second time today, Kepanime Tolu has given the Lone Peak Knights a 20-7 lead.
Lone Peak says, I don't care if you know what I'm doing. I knew exactly what that play was. I saw their energy coming out of the huddle. They are QB running this Wildcat, making this happen. Kepa takes that all the way down. Easy 1-yard pickup right there for them. Now they're up by 13, possibly 14 here.
The extra point is good. Brecken Carr through the uprights. And the Knights are up 2 scores. This is how they did it.
It's big boy football right there. As you said, when they need to get a yard, this is how they want to do it. Kepanime Tolu's an amazing runner. We saw that last year at Alta. As you said, he came up here for that semifinal game with them. And this whole year, he's been a dynamic runner, and we've shown his passing skills as well. Just a junior, but leading this team as if he's a senior. And we saw it last week of his development throughout this season alone at coming more in command of this offense, getting more confidence from his teammates. They are playing in unison and on a great level, and you can see exactly why they beat Corner Canyon earlier this season, and they're in the lead now.
Let's go down to Mary Lou's Cook. Once again, she is gone where very few dare to go.
That is true. I am where very few dare to go. I'm at the Nightmare. You guys heard from them last week, but we have returned, and now I'm here with Max. Max is a senior here. The Nightmare seems to have gotten even more rowdy since last week. How would you assess the energy of the Nightmare today?
Better than anything I've ever heard before. Better than any college atmosphere. Best atmosphere in Utah.
Better than any college atmosphere. I didn't get your name, but we were chatting a little bit when I was down on the sideline. He's the reason that I'm up here, actually. He said, hey, I think we need an interview. What do you think makes you guys, the Nightmare, better than any other college student section?
You know, we got our boy Max Candle over here. He sets us up with all the chalk and everything. We go crazy. Today, we're not going to do any of that. We're respectful, but, we got a bunch of people here. We all support each other. We're good together. We work hard. And we become the best student section ever! Yeah!
Oh, and here we go with the talk.
Oh, no!
Oh, it's in my mouth.
She's got a whole nother game to go today.
She sure does. All right, let's see what we can do before a halftime interview here. I keep myself up.
We need a cleanup on aisle 3.
We do. All right,
I think, hey, folks, I'm going to tell you right now, that is Mary Lou's nightmare right there.
It's my nightmare. I can't confirm. Thank you. That's kind. That's kind. They're dusting me off.
Hey, Mary Lou's, we tried to warn you not to go in there.
You did. I'm stubborn. Okay. Off I go.
Can we get that in a blooper? I need that for our 2024 wrap-up.
Yeah, that's going to end up somewhere online. King Cooper. First down. Nice start to this drive for Corner Canyon on 1st and 10 from the 20. He moves the sticks.
Good run. Great feet here by King Cooper. Picking up 10 yards. This is well over 100 yards today already.
Cooper. Boy, he's been terrific today. He's over 100 yards rushing. And it's not even halftime. Obviously, an 80-yard touchdown run helps that cause, but he has been really tough. And Briggs has been great as well.
Yes.
The run game's working for Corner Canyon.
And they got to keep on that, right? And they'll take an 80-yard average, right? If I can 80 yards per run. But King Cooper is definitely getting done. You can see his skill on display. Now they're getting their other dynamic playmaker, Kashawn Lee, who's been a huge factor on this football team this year.
There's a flag down on the play by Krishawn Lee. We will wait to see what happened there. This could be a setback for Corner Canyon, but we will see.
Krishawn Lee coming into this game, 1,140 yards receiving on this year and 14 touchdowns. That's pretty nice.
During the run, holding number 16 offense 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Second down.
Kai Mesa with the hold.
Yeah, right there. Got it at the end. So a tough break for Corner Canyon. Lee had the first down. And now they're back to 2nd and 6 from the 37. Spot foul. Briggs. First down and more. Weston Briggs. Inside the 40, out of bounds at the 32-yard line. The Chargers are in Lone Peak territory.
Oh, this is a great run right here. Way to get through that into the open field. I don't think you'll see many 80-yard runs from Briggs, but you're going to see a lot of 10, 15, tough running yards like that will add up to the same amount at the end of the day.
Briggs again, near the sticks. 8-yard gain on first down. We're used to Corner Canyon slinging the ball all over the field slide because they've had blue chip quarterbacks, 4-star quarterbacks, but right now they are going run, run, run with these juniors.
We're going to need Chris Berman to come in and do a voiceover for his Weston Briggs, the fastest 3 minutes in sports. There, another mishandled snap.
Yeah, Evans couldn't handle the snap. He tries to make up for it, but he comes up a yard short on the carry. Not a disaster, though. Makes it 3rd and 2, but probably not the play that they wanted to run there. See that Ryan Denny, former BYU and NFL player, the defensive coordinator for Lone Peak. Up the middle, Briggs. First down to the 18. Two and a half minutes left in the half. Corner Canyon driving in the red zone. Evans hands it off. Briggs wrapped up this time. He's going nowhere.
We said it in the pregame. I know you got to mix it up to keep the opponent honest, but they're doing a terrific job running the football. And it's going to be hard to go away from that to open things up. But Lone Peak's got to realize, or Corner Canyon's got to realize when Lone Peak wants to load up.
Evans, catch is made. Kai Meza fighting for yards down to the 12-yard line.
Corner Canyon's going to have to pay attention to when Lone Peak is wanting to load up into the box. To stop Briggs is when you attack the outside. They're going to get one-on-one coverage here. The combo route of the 7 route from the slot up top, either a smoke or a slant from the number 1 to keep that top corner down, is always a top-tier play in this area of the football field.
3rd and 4 from the 12. They go to Briggs, fighting. And he fights his way all the way down to the 4-yard line with some help from that offensive line, who has been awesome in this first half.
It's got to be hard to go away from the run game. It's so effective. They're doing such a great job. Here, they're at the 4-yard line. Do you put in big boy package? Do you bring Zion Finau in the backfield? And you don't have to hand it off to him, but he could be your lead blocking fullback and just continue running the football and assert your dominance that way. But there's 53 seconds left in the half. That's what I do. I put Zion Finau back into the backfield, do my lead block, big boy football. We make that happen. What you can do off of that, you can do play action if you want. But that would be my formation.
Let's take a look while we wait at another classic Corner Canyon Lone Peak battle. This one was for the 2020 6A state championship. These two schools played for the title then as well. Corner Canyon dominated this game thanks in part to the play of Jackson Dart, who is now a star at Ole Miss. He was 25 of 36 for 329 yards and 4 touchdowns. He also rushed for 119 yards and a score. Cody Hagan had 9 catches for 132 yards. Noah Kerr, 8 catches for 121 yards. That team was so good. They went undefeated. The Chargers won 45-7, and Dart set state records that season for passing touchdowns in a season with 67. And it's pretty cool to see him now, one of the best quarterbacks in college football.
I believe he's going to be a first-round draft pick next year. You know, there's still quite a bit of football here to play. Towards the end of the season, he could absolutely shine in his combine training. But we loved that kid ever since he was sophomore at Roy's when I first got introduced to him. And his growth through there and maturation to his senior year made all the sense.
Weston Briggs fighting for the end zone. He got a touchdown, Corner Canyon. Weston Briggs. That offensive line did work on that drive.
They needed that. They needed that. And they needed it that way, right? They needed it the tough way. Run the football. I mean, they only had one completed pass on that drive that I'm thinking of, was that pass to Krishan Lee here on the sideline, because the other pass got negated by a hold. But the short tunnel screen pass was the only pass they did. Otherwise, they ran the football, and they ran the football effectively. Look at Briggs finding that hole. Folks, you don't see that hole. You have to envision that hole before it opens up and jump into that. Look at that. He just knows where to follow, sticks his head down, and gets into the end zone. Tough work right there. 48 seconds left. Again, Landon Goff is a dynamic returner. Yes. Do not kick this man the football if you are Corner Canyon. He's literally salivating, waiting for an opportunity to make a play. You're not throwing his way on defense. He can make effective plays here in the return game. He's just waiting for his opportunity. Standing back there with Jaden Mayberry, who's also a dynamic returner as well.
Keep your eye on number 2. If Davis Nelson can't put this ball into the end zone, that's exactly what Davis Nelson will try to do, and it's a returnable kick to guess who? Here we go. There's a lane to the 30, and they finally catch up with him, but again, he's fighting past the 35-yard line. Great field position for Lone Peak.
Don't kick to this guy. Here's the thing. He gets in the open here. If he just cuts all the way back here, he's got a big field that he could take advantage of. But don't kick to this guy. There's still 40 seconds left. They can get down there. They got 2 timeouts and 40 seconds left. They can make big passes right here, which they have the capabilities of doing, and possibly get in field goal range before this is all said and done.
Number 2, McKay Wells at the tackle. It may have saved the touchdown. Lone Peak has 39 seconds. Keppa's going to throw it. Keppa's in trouble. Stays alive. Now throws it away. The smart choice. Again, Lone Peak gets the opening kickoff of the second half, so this 30 seconds here is just gravy. See if they continue to be aggressive here with 2 timeouts. He's 2nd and 10 from the 36. Handoff, right, off tackle. Past the sticks,
stops
up
the
to
clock,
the 47.
To the chains. Are they going to be aggressive? Do they
I
take
would
a
be
timeout?
at this point. They're going to call timeout. You got 25 seconds. You're almost at midfield.
Yeah. They get another chunk here. I don't know what the field goal range, but as soon as they get 15 to 20 more yards, which they could take 2 plays and get 20 yards. So just imagine if they get 20 yards here. They'll be down at the 31, 32-yard line and kick a 45-yard field goal. 47-yard field goal. They can make that happen. As I said, every possession Every opportunity is valuable here. They have to continue to put the pressure, apply pressure to Corner Canyon to not give Corner Canyon an opportunity to come back in this football game. So for me, I gotta be aggressive here and make this happen.
They're back on the field. The timeout is over. 25 seconds remain in the half. Lone Peak up 21-14 with the ball at their own 47. Kepanime Tolu is going to pass. Takes a deep shot. Oh, it was in his hands. No flags.
There was contact. Honestly, I was like, the receiver's not looking, and then he turns around at the perfect time. Great height here. This is a great football by Kepanime Tolu. I felt like there was contact there.
Owen McNeil, the intended receiver.
Out and up route.
Seth Carlson on the coverage. Lone Peak fans don't like it. Coach Brockbank doesn't like it. 16 seconds left in the half. 2nd and 10 from the 47. Right, up the middle to midfield. Clock stops on a timeout. Final timeout for Lone Peak. While we wait, let's take another look at a classic Lone Peak Corner Canyon matchup. This time the 2021 state championship game. And this time Lone Peak got revenge. Corner Canyon quarterback Devin Brown, now at Ohio State, was 22 of 28 for 386 yards and 4 touchdowns. He also ran for 103 yards in a score, but they were outlasted by Lone Peak. Easton Comer was outstanding. 4 of his 11 pass completions went for touchdowns, 277 yards. Crew McChesney had the game of his life, 6 catches for 193 yards and 3 touchdowns. The Knights won 49-42, one of their 2 state titles, one of their 3 state titles, and one of the best championship games that we've ever witnessed here in Utah.
That was an incredible game. We called that. That was amazing. I just envision this being another one of those type of games. Crew McChesney, as you said, was amazing in that football game. Here we go, another opportunity for Lone Peak. As you said, they get the ball coming out at halftime and into the third quarter. If they can get 15 to 20 more yards here, spike the ball or get out of bounds.
Plenty of time for Kepa. Pocket breaks down. Now he's on the run. Looking downfield. Looking.
Open.
Throws it up high.
What is he going to do? Intercept. Oh, he got it. He got it.
Oh, it's pitched back. What is going on here? They almost pulled it off. What a wild sequence.
What a heady play by all of these guys here.
They almost made a miracle happen.
Wow,
another look.
Oh my gosh, what incredible effort by Kepa keeping this open. The only bad part of here is he spun to the single receiver side, so he only had one option. But he points to his receiver to go back downfield.
It was caught on the tip by Cogswell. Then he has the wherewithal to pitch it to Staley.
And Staley has one of the best hands on the football
after he
team.
takes a pitch. They came up just short. Look, it didn't result in any points, but it sure did entertain us.
Oh, man. What if that was the end of the game? That's crazy. Look at that. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Had McNeil got it without getting taken down, he could have scored. It was all legal.
Great effort by Corner Canyon at finishing this because this could have been bad. This could have been demoralizing headed into the locker room.
Oh, man, could it ever.
But great play.
Legal pitch back.
Legal pitch.
Staley wasn't down. Another legal pitch back. If McNeil was able to
stand up and get that going,
that would have been trouble for Corner Canyon. Nonetheless, what an exciting end to the first half. Great first half, 21-14 the score. Let's go down to Mary Lou's.
21-14 here at the half. Coach, what would you like to address?
Well, I think we need to be better at tackling on the run. We need to fit better coming up in the holes. I think they're kind of confusing us up front. So defensively, we need to adjust that and get in the hole and fit better.
How do you keep this team focused with just a half left to play to get to a state title?
Yeah, I don't think it's hard keeping them focused. I mean, they've been focused all week, all season. They're ready. They know that it's a brand new half. I mean, all intents and purposes, 0-0, and you got to go out and win the half.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.
Back to you guys.
Thanks, Mary Lou's. Well, Lone Peak in great position. Now 21-14 at the half. The Knights have the lead over Corner Canyon, hoping to sweep the Chargers this season. Not many teams have ever pulled off that.
Ever. I think Mary Lou's is still a little upset. She got a little gray. Still left over from the nightmare.
Mary Lou's going to get cleaned up. We're going to get our voices straight. We're going to take a break.
We're going to need it for the second half.
We'll be back in 20 minutes. The KSL Sports Rewind guys are going to have some interesting stuff to say about that first half. That was wild. 21-14, Lone Peak leads Corner Canyon in this 6A state championship game.
Welcome in to our 6A halftime show presented by Nutricos, Heidemann & Associates, and of course UCCU. Dean Stewart, Moose Bingham, and Jeff Hansen here with you. Fellas, 21-14, the advantage for Lone Peak at the break. Your thoughts, what we saw first half real quickly here, Moose and Jeff.
It was a defensive battle. I was really impressed with the special teams, the kickoff return by Corner Canyon, and especially impressed with Bob Muitolo. The interception, the beautiful run down the field. I just love watching Bot get after it. He wants this today.
Yeah, he does.
Let's see what he can do in the second half.
Yeah, Bot going to the end zone faster than Moose goes to the thrift shop was pretty impressive. There's no question.
I don't know if Moose is going to take that. He'll have a moment for a retort here, but let's look at our first half highlights. It started off with kickoff return. Oh, my bad. I was told it was a kickoff return. I was on my way up. But no, how about a long rushing touchdown?
I mean, what a statement to start the game, right? First offensive play, not the first special teams play. First offensive play of the game, they house it. That's a way to introduce yourself and say, hey, we're Corner Canyon, we're here.
And sorry, we were all misled. They said kickoff return for a touchdown.
They did.
Lies.
Lone Peak looking for the response, and Kepa, he's been really good in this first half.
Kepa, this is the Kepa I was looking for all season long. I swear, when we get under the lights at the University of Utah, Kepa is no longer Clark Kent. He turns into Super Knight.
How about Fridge Finau getting stuffed on the 3rd and 1? This Lone Peak defense, you talk about Bot being dialed in, they've been dialed in, and in the second quarter, that ground game got going. We wonder without Tahi, how did it look? It looked good.
Yeah, with this offensive line led by Austin Pay and all of these other guys, you're just like, oh yeah, they're still very good at football, and Gary Pay is a great offensive line
coach. How about that throw right over the DB, and Staley with the touchdown catch.
Yeah, Kepa's best throw of the game right there, to just place that ball over the top of the linebacker's hands. That was a really, really good throw, and I'm with Moose. Somehow we don't talk enough about Jared Smith and Austin Pay in this offensive line. Gary Pay does a good job every year.
This may be the play of the half.
Whoa.
How about the big man?
Rumbling, rolling, and not quite fast enough.
He's a big boy.
He is a big boy.
That's a lot of men to run down the field that far.
That has sealed it. An interception in every game this year for this Lone Peak defense. And then Lone Peak looking to go up 2 scores, and Kepa just following his back.
Oh, Staley's shoes make me so frustrated. The swagger assassin up there with his pink gloves and his yellow cleats. But Kepa looks great running in the end zone.
And a big response from corner. Weston Briggs.
Oh, great cut, great vision, and great strength. What I know about this Corner Canyon team, it doesn't matter if you're the 3rd string, 4th string, or 5th string player at your position. You're strong and you're fast due to this strength and conditioning program.
Would set up this touchdown. Lean in. They gave it to him. Briggs able to finish it off. I said something in the pregame, and I think it's real, and that is you got a lot of Corner Canyon kids who are Corner Canyon kids, and they've got an opportunity to make big plays in a big moment, and they want to take advantage of this, right? Because I think beginning of the year, they think I'm second string or I'm third string. Hey, they're first string today, and you can tell there's a lot of heart, a lot of hustle out of this Corner Canyon bunch.
Yeah, the difference in this game right now is one miscue, one Bot Mui Tolo, and that's it. This is a tight, tough game, and this is a different Corner Canyon team than Lone Peak faced. They don't have a Jerome Miles this time around. They're not going to lose him again, and they're ready to go after it. How exciting.
Yeah, I think that's the difference. Bot Mulitalo and that interception, that near pick six, sets up a touchdown. That's the spot, really the only time that I think Corner Canyon can look at this and say we miss Hila Mikasuga a little bit. That decision, that's a bad throw, that's a broken play. Just throw it away, get down, do whatever you can. Instead, Bronson Evans tries to make something happen, and one of the best players in the state of Utah makes one of the biggest plays that we've seen. And that's the difference in the first half.
Well, I'm talking about the headiness of Bot in that play, too. The screen, he reads it, kind of peels off, recognizes he's got an opportunity to disrupt it, and does. You know, one of the things that we did not talk about in the pregame, and my memory may be incorrect in this, I miss a lot, but when they played in the regular season, it was immediately after a corner had defeated IMG. I think it was the following week.
It was.
So corner's coming off the 35-34 win over IMG. We talk about all the publicity and the hype of knocking off one of the best teams in the country, biggest win in state history, and then Lone Peak catches them by surprise. It was 28-7 at the break, and Corner came back in the second half. You've had Corner's focus, and it looked like the focus has been there. There's one play that doesn't go the way they want, but the focus has been there. You got to feel okay if you're Corner Canyon at the break, don't you?
You got to feel okay. Kepa is having his way with Corner Canyon at this point. Even the last play of the half, throws up a prayer, it gets answered, it's pitch, 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 and oh no, I have the ball. But they're doing a good job. Both of these teams, it's going to be a competition going all the way to the end of the game. And that's what we love to see against these two teams. Lone Peak isn't scared. They're a heavyweight fighter, and they're like, let's get after it.
I think you're seeing the confidence from Lone Peak. They beat this Corner Canyon team, and they beat Corner when they were full strength, when they were riding an all-time high coming off that IMG win. And I think you're seeing a very confident quarterback. You're seeing a very confident offensive line, a very confident coaching staff. There's a lot of confidence and swagger coming from Lone Peak. And I think that is maybe the spot where I'm anxious to see what Corner does. It's not often that Corner shows up and the other team feels maybe that they have more swagger, that the other team feels more confident. That never happens to a Corner Canyon team. And I think in this first half, there wasn't that, even with that opening touchdown, right, to the first offensive play of the game, there wasn't that intimidation factor. You know, if you go back and you think of like Tiger Woods when he was golfing, he was the only golfer who could ever play offense, right? Like just his presence on the green was intimidating to all of the other golfers around him. Corner's got that aura. That's who Corner is. They are just intimidating when they show up. Lone Peak's not intimidated. Lone Peak feels great.
No, the Battle of the Peak is alive and well. I'll tell you that right now. Watching this game earlier in the season, the reason Lone Peak was able to have that 21-point second half is because Jerome Miles went down and all of Corner was like, what do we do? I don't know what to do. You're not going to see that again. It's a new day, it's a new age, and this is a whole new Corner Canyon team. But if they get down, their strength is on the running backs.
Yes, and because here's what I was going to say. We've spent a lot of time together over the last week. They're sick of me, and I get it. But one of the things for me is I love to ask questions, so here we go.
Oh, good.
Oh, wonderful.
Do you guys know the game where Lone Peak rushed for the fewest number, or where Corner Canyon rushed for the fewest number of yards this year?
Lone Peak.
Lone Peak.
I knew
Good guess.
I knew
Way
that.
to go.
They only ran for 83 yards in that regular season matchup, okay? At the half, now granted, there's an 80-yard touchdown run in here. At the half, they ran for 205. This is a different Corner Canyon team. They had to restructure. Restructure is probably not the right word. They had to reframe their offense. They knew they had to approach the season differently, and they've had a ton of success doing it, and they've had success out here. Even if you take off that 80-yard run, okay, they've ran for 125, right? Which is 50% more than what they ran for in the whole game when they played in the regular season. I think you feel okay. Now, you need to find a way to get some stops, right? You probably need to find a turnover on the defensive side. You got to find a way to get their offense off the field. But you've shown you can run the football.
Here's the difference, too. The Lone Peak is also a different team. I mean, Lone Peak has Kepa Nimetolu playing as good as he has since he was at Alta. He was not the quarterback that he's been these last few weeks when they played Corner Canyon the first time. He just wasn't. So, yes, Corner Canyon's reinvented themselves. And that's been great, and they're having success. But if you're Lone Peak, they've reinvented themselves, too. They're a little bit more of an offensive firepower than they were at the beginning of the year. And they're saying, okay, fine, we'll give you that 80-yard run, that touchdown run to open the game. You've had 120 yards. You only got 7 points. We're fine.
That's fair. That's fair. I don't like it when Jeff proves me wrong, but every now and again.
I proved him wrong. Give me that $20 you got in your pocket.
Here's the deal.
Because I know it's there.
Hey, that's for popping some tags after this.
Yeah, that's right.
He drank V8 earlier. I'll give him that one. You guys brought up a point earlier. I want to talk about it here because we talk about the running attack of Corner, what it's been in the back half of the year. Let's talk about line play. Because we talk about how good Corner's offensive line has been. We talk about Zion Finau, the Fridge Finau, as we deemed him last week. He had a running play on a 3rd one, did not get it. What have you seen on the line of scrimmage in this first half, O-line, D-line, respectively?
Honestly, I think Corner Canyon's been doing really good. Zion just tried to get cute and run through the B gap.
And Coach Kerr, if you were watching, Coach Kerr made that point to the Fridge, right? So
he's like, what are you doing?
You got one job.
You're not bouncing it outside.
The word bounce is not part of it.
He watched too much Bountiful film and been like, I can do this. You're 300 pounds, dude. But in all reality, the line play has been good. It's been one bad read on a screen, and really, they've been able to run. You pulled out the running numbers, and you're just like, sheesh, let's go.
Yeah, and on the other side, I'm seeing some really athletic tackles for Lone Peak. When you watch Jared Smith and you watch Austin Pinay, and they are consistently out wide beyond the hashes, they're in the second level. Those two are having their way, and that's, I think, what has been the springboard for this Lone Peak offense.
Because that was one of the things I was watching was, okay, well, what is happening to that Corner Canyon defensive front, right? And we have seen that O-line has done a great job with the front of Corner to free up rushing lanes. We said if Tahi's not playing, someone's got to shoulder that load. Niumetolu only has 6 rushes, 35 yards. That's a healthy average. But Wright has been good. 13 carries, 66 yards.
Yeah.
And if you can get that kind of performance on the ground, that will be good for the Knights.
Corners, I need to see more from the corner linebackers or whoever's setting the edge, because Lone Peak's getting to the edge. And Kepa in that read option game, I mean, he's really good. He knows when to pull it. He has great vision for a quarterback at that spot. And when you have those athletic tackles that can set the edge quickly, it makes it really dangerous. So I'm anxious to see what that adjustment is for Corner. I think that Corner's got to find a way to, I don't know if they got to bring more heat. I don't know what it is, but they've got to find a way to control the edges, because right now those offensive tackles for Lone Peak are having their way.
Kepa, his legs are what's making the difference. Corner Canyon has to get pressure on Kepa.
Yeah.
They have to make him uncomfortable. He is cool, calm, and collected like a cucumber back there, and there's nothing stopping him. He can sit back there, buy a little time with his legs, find someone 70 yards down the field, and give him a chance.
He's comfortable in the run game too. I mean, he's got all day long to like sit and look at what should I let it go? Do I pull it? I mean, he's having his way.
Yeah, must be nice to have these offensive lines for any high school team.
I mean, Moose, you made the point in the pregame about how you wanted them to bring more pressure. When you look at coming into this game, this Corner defense, they only have 21 sacks, and they only have 7 interceptions. So, again, you would love for those numbers to be bigger. We've seen those be bigger in past years, right? But that pressure has not been there probably consistently enough. They do got to find a way to get some more pressure here in this second half. Staley, another touchdown reception, another one where his length really plays out because you're able to throw that ball over that second level. If you're Corner, you can't teach height at halftime, right? You can't magically put on.
Moose has been trying for a long time.
Can you teach height?
No.
Please grow.
No. What do you try to do? Because there's certainly an advantage. We talk about the last play of that half, right? Height plays out again. There is an advantage on that. Like, what do you do, if anything? Does it just come down to you got to get that ball out quicker and try to speed it up?
Yeah, that's really what it is. Without pressure, you have time to throw the ball up. You have time to make the right reads. You have time to do a lot of things. And Cody Gardner is a phenomenal defensive coordinator. He's got to get pressure on this quarterback. He's still young. He's made a lot of mistakes his junior year, but he's looking like Marcus Mariota out there, and you're like, my goodness. And Ikes and Staley has been doing so good. I mean, his gloves and shoe combination isn't my favorite. I do call him the swagger assassin for a reason. He has none. But, whoa.
This is rich coming from the guy with the wolf on his noggin.
No kidding, huh?
Man.
But with that, he is playing out of his mind. He doesn't have to look good. He feels good and he plays good. And that's all that matters at the end of the day. Staley is balling out. He's become one of my favorite targets. He's unselfish. He went into the season saying, I'm going to be the starting quarterback. Didn't happen. And he's proving that he can be an elite tight end at the next level. And all these coaches around behind us and all around the field are seeing that, and they're like licking their chops. They're like, you know what? I would love that kid to play for me. Reminds me a little bit of his uncle.
Yeah. There are college coaches right there that are checking these guys out. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of college talent, a lot of college coaches checking this game out for sure.
Evans only threw 5 passes in that first half. He was 3 of 5, but of course the 1 interception. It's pretty clear. Corner's trying to run the football. Do you feel like they got to free it up in the second half?
I think so, and this is I'm surprised by that because I haven't known Coach Kerr to back down.
Well,
right?
and you said he wouldn't in the pregame, so Jeff proved me wrong earlier. And now we're returning.
And here we are, and all's even in the end. I think that Corner. We've talked about how they've reinvented themselves and they're a running team, and all of that is true, but they're a balanced team. They're not just running the triple option anymore. It's not like Bronson Evans isn't throwing the ball. He still put up 1,800 yards, right? I mean, he's still throwing the football. They've got to find that balance in the second half because I think right now Lone Peak knows what's coming, but they've had success. But they're willing to give that success because it's not getting into the end zone. It's not resulting in points.
But we talked about this in the pregame. The strength of this Lone Peak defense is the secondary. So how do you free up a Meza or a Lee? They have talent. They have talent down the field. How do you free them up from these stick-to-you corners?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to go deep, right? Like, you may not ever beat the Mayberries deep. Kai Meza, Sean Lee, they may never get deep and have a 40-yard bomb. Bring them in underneath routes. Find that underneath passing game. Some mesh concepts. I don't know what it is, but they've got to find a way so that, right? Because right now I think Lone Peak is totally content to give up 4 or 5 yards of carry with the lead and feel good about it. Corner's got to find a way to respond.
For me, you got to get your foot and put it on the gas. And not just any type of gas. We need some diesel gas.
Oh.
We need a truck. And we need a dart out there. I'm thinking you take Diesel Dart, come out in 10 personnel, say, you know what, we trust Bronson. Have Diesel in there. He was a top receiver for you in a multitude of games this year. Get Diesel the ball, and let's see what he can do. He's helping you on defense, but you've got to score more points.
Yeah, and Lone Peak gets the ball in the half.
They do.
I mean, this is a huge. Even if they get up 3, they put up 3 points and go up 2 possessions. Corner has. They got to find something. They got to find a different gear.
Corner held them scoreless in the second half in the regular season. They might have to do it here in this state championship game. One more thing that stood out to me. Corner had a 4th and 1. They did not go for it. It was in their own end. Lone Peak had a 4th and 1. Near midfield. Very different situation. They went for it. They got it. Lone Peak sending a message. They came to play. They came to win. They're 24 minutes away from doing so. Gentlemen, final thoughts, keys, before we send it back up to JJ and Sly.
I mean, Keys, you've got to empty the tank at this point. No more hiding. You've just got to go. Send players. Do whatever you can on offense, defense, and special teams if you want a chance to win this game.
Look, Lone Peak's up in the turnover battle right now. That's the difference in this first half score. Corner has got to find a way to get even. They got to steal the possession. They've got to, and I think it starts early. You can't let Lone Peak, can't let that wagon get rolling. You've got to get a stop here. Whether you get a turnover or not in this first drive, I don't know. You got to steal a possession at some point, but you got to get a stop right now. It starts defensively for Corner.
These are two teams very accustomed to winning state championships. With all the success Corner has had, should they lose this one, I think it'd be the 4th loss all-time to Lone Peak. That would be the school with the most wins against the Corner Canyon program, which is crazy to think about, right? A program's been around over 10 years. That's crazy. A lot on the line. Obviously, state championship dreams. What was supposed to be a dream season for Corner Canyon. They got 24 minutes to try to turn it around. They did in the regular season. We'll see if they can do it here in the state championship. For Jeff Hansen, Moose Bingham, Vince Francis, my name is Dane Stewart. Thank you so much for joining us here on the 6A halftime show presented by NutriCost. And we'll send it back up to JJ and Sly for the second half.
Welcome back to Rice-Eccles Stadium. We're just a minute away from kickoff. Hoping to go down to the field for a quick coach's interview when Mariluz is ready. 21-14, Lone Peak leads Corner Canyon. Sly, your quick thoughts on the first half?
Amazing, just as expected. As we said in the 5A championship today, it is awesome when two teams know each other well. These fan bases know each other. These kids know each other. They were region rivals. We've been showing highlights of, this rivalry throughout the years. These are familiar foes, and so this is very technical football that we're going through right here. So absolutely love what we've been able to see from both teams. This game is far from over. 7-point lead. Some theatrics to end the first half that were pretty awesome, and you're going to see that in games like this. So this is going to be another exciting finish that we have to the state championship playoffs.
24 minutes away from one of these two teams claiming another state championship. You have to also include Skyridge in there, but these are the two teams that have run 6A over the past 7-8 years, with Skyridge getting a title in 2022. But if you look back on it, 2017, Lone Peak. 2018, Corner Canyon. 2019, Corner Canyon. 2020, Corner Canyon. 2021, Lone Peak. 2022, Skyridge. 2023, Corner Canyon. And now who's it going to be? Lone Peak or Corner Canyon this year? We will find out. Here in about 90 seconds, we'll kick off the second half.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how this is going to go. As I said, I think the start of this game was very important to establish the running game for Corner Canyon, and when they saw successes when they've done that. Lone Peak, on the other hand, they've been doing both. They've been throwing the ball and they've been running the ball effectively. I am very excited to see the strategy, because it can go either way. You can continue with the running game, or you can abandon it and try the passing game. As we know, Corner Canyon has talented players. Like Rashawn Lee, Kai Mesa. There's a lot of guys who can do things on this offense, so they can go a lot of different directions. They can open it up. If Bronson Evans has time, he's a great passer of the football. He's done a great job in the absence of Hulaman Kasuga this year. So there's so many ways this game can go, and that's why this game is awesome, and that's why these two are here fighting for the 6A state championship this year, is because of the similarities and the closeness in skill level. This is going to be an exciting finish to this football game.
Let's go down to Mariluz on the sideline.
Coach, you trail here by just a score at the half. What is your message to the team?
Big stop here for us defensively. They get the ball, so we got to get a stop. And then just taking care of the ball, playing with a little more urgency. We had a couple bad penalties, too. We got to cut that down. So just executing a little cleaner all the way around.
Best of luck to you here in the second half. All right, back to you guys.
Thank you. Head coach Eric Kerr of Corner Canyon. He's been here many times.
Yes, he has.
Some stats to share. Corner Canyon had 209 yards rushing in the first half to Lone Peak's 111, but just 22 yards passing. 231 to 197, Corner Canyon had the advantage in total yards. Time of possession wasn't much different, 13:25 for Lone Peak, 10:35 for Corner Canyon. Penalties, Corner Canyon had 4 for 27, Lone Peak just 1 for 5. Pretty even across the board. See how it goes in the second half. 21-14, Lone Peak on top. They'll start the second half with possession at their own 20-yard line.
Okay, Lone Peak, exactly what you want to do. You commanded the first half, got the lead in the first half, and now you start the second half with the lead, right? That means you are in control. You have the ability to really put your foot, stick your fork in this game here on this first drive. Let's see what they do.
Run that jet sweep again. Corner Canyon does a good job. Maybe a gain of 1.
You said it. Corner Canyon's defense is very good side to side. It's going to be very hard to do that. As I said, you want to keep the defense honest, but you do not want to make a side-to-side running game your main game plan.
Be 2nd and 9 from the 21. Kepa, play action, looking back, throws it.
Wow.
They tried to attempt the screen, and Corner Canyon's all over it.
Dustin Atuafi staying home. Great play right there. Technique, fighting off the blockers to make sure that screen is nothing. The only thing better he could have did was make an interception on that. But that was perfect. You stopped them behind the sticks, a negative play, and now have an opportunity to get a quick 3 and out to start this half is exactly what Coach Carey was talking about that he wanted from this football team.
3rd and 12. Kepa Nimetolu takes the snap. He's going to throw it. Taking a look down the middle. He's open. It's caught at the 45-yard line, and then it comes loose. They broke it up. Great job on the follow-through.
Ty Cogswell with the catch, but you got to control it all the way to the ground. Kepa, if he let him just a little bit more here, would have been good, but that's why you got to be physical through the catch. Not just when it hits his hands, but all the way through the ground to make sure that he has control of it. That was a great
Carlson,
job
number 30.
by Seth Carlson. He's been an outstanding guy covering them for them all year. And that was just a huge defensive play. Getting a 3 and out on the first drive of the second half.
We got an injury timeout. We'll take one as well. 21-14, Lone Peak leads Corner Canyon in the 6A state championship game. We'll be right back.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
Moving mountains takes more than muscle. It takes commitment through the comfortable, the uncomfortable, the starts, the stops, the sunny days, the stormy days. Here at Salt Lake Running Company, rain or shine, we've got you. We are here to help you keep moving forward. Locally owned, locally operated since 1995. SLRs.
Lone Peak must punt. Nice high punt. No fair catch. He's going to go. Krishawn Lee trying to make something happen. He's swallowed up. Lone Peak does a great job on special teams. Number 44 was there first. Caleb Bradshaw.
Just kept going backwards. He was so indecisive right there. He's got to take a peek at the coverage. As soon as you take a peek at the coverage, you know exactly what side you have to end up going to. He just couldn't find a hole.
Going back to the run, King Cooper starting the second half, trying to do it the way he started the game. Good run on first down. Not an 80-yard run, but he'll take it. Gain of 6.
King Cooper.
A little more tempo here now for Corner Canyon.
All right, well, I mean, Coach Kerr said we got to show a little bit more urgency.
There you go.
More urgency than tempo.
Back to Cooper. Oh, he's going down.
Wow.
Great play. Big stop. Number 33 with the TFL, Calvin Liava'a. Third and 5 from the 43. Evans wrapped up at the 45.
Is that Liava'a again? Yes.
He's having himself a drive.
He is reading that to perfection. And Corner Canyon's got to punt here. You got to punt. They'll punt here, but Liava'a, this is how you fill the hole at a linebacker position right there. You feel it and you go. You make a decisive decision to clear that hole. Any indecision right there, they get the yardage they need. But Liava'a felt it, understood it, anticipated it, and made that happen.
High snap, but it's controlled. The punt is away. Takes a Corner Canyon bounce all the way inside the 10, rolling inside the 5. What a job. Number 17.
Great punt.
Davis Nelson, who handles their punting and kicking duties with an outstanding punt. He has flipped the field here.
But this is what Corner Canyon needs to do. You're flipping field position, right? You get that quick 3 and out initially. You get down the field, you get one first down, you keep pushing that down. Now they punt. Now you pin them inside their 10-yard line here, inside their 5. You get a 3 and out here. Now you get the ball on the 50-yard line or the plus 50, and you're in business. Exactly what you want to do.
This Corner Canyon fans you're seeing right there want to celebrate another state championship. They were here last year at this same time when the Chargers won the 2023 state championship. Let's take a look back to last season. We've got video from last year. After coming up short in 2021 and 22, Corner Canyon returned to glory last year, led by quarterback Isaac Wilson, who's now the starting quarterback for the University of Utah. And crazy numbers, 255 yards and 2 touchdowns in the air, 192 yards and 3 touchdowns on the ground. The Chargers defeated defending champ Skyridge 41-27. It was Corner Canyon's 4th state title in 6 years. And man, did Isaac Wilson have a season last year for Corner Canyon. In the air and on the ground, a record-setting season, and the Chargers celebrated a state championship. A couple players that had massive games last year in the state title games that were juniors that we were excited to see this year. Brighton Brady at running back and Jerome Miles at receiver. You saw him have that great catch in the end zone. The 5-star receiver who's headed to USC.
Yeah, Jerome Miles had a lot of catches in that game because they didn't even show the other touchdown when he burnt for the flag route right there. That was the tiptoe on the sideline, which was an outstanding catch. But Jerome Miles, as you said, had an outstanding state championship game. And then Brighton Brady, even in the semifinals before that, it's 7 touchdowns in that game, I think it was. Dynamic players that we were highly anticipating this year, but injuries are a part of the game. And it riddled this team, but they still made it all the way here to the finals.
It's a tribute to the players that are on this team and the coaching staff to get back here despite all the losses, including Helaman Kasuga, their starting quarterback. Lone Peak now deep in their own territory. They get it out to the 6-yard line. It's just crazy that a team could lose that much talent and still remain competitive and still get back here to the turf of Rice-Eccles Stadium. They needed a missed extra point last week to get here, but nonetheless, Corner Canyon is here fighting, just a touchdown away from matching Lone Peak here and making this a game.
The stat line of only losing 8 games in 8 years is very real.
Amazing.
Very real. There's a reason behind that.
2nd and 8 from the 5.
Oh, that's holding. Oof.
Right. Couldn't quite get to the sticks, but he'll get out to the 7-yard line.
Well, that's a big 3rd down right here, right? Are you going to let them out, or are you going to stop them here? What does Corner Canyon do? Do you hang back and let Nimatolu pick you apart in the pass, or do you bring heat?
Feels like a big moment here. 7:30 left in the 3rd. Corner Canyon needs a stop. Nime Tolu throws outside.
Oh, great defense.
Broken up.
Guess who?
What a play.
Same guy, Seth Carlson. Oh my gosh, as he said, he's done a lot of great things this season, but there, being physical through the catch. Watch him here. Breaks on the RPO. Boom.
Great football play.
Yes. Watch him here at the top of your screen here. Watch his feet work, plant in the ground and go. Boom. That's exactly what you want to do. That is the reaction time that you need and exactly the thing to get this team off the field.
Seth Carlson has ended the last two Lone Peak drives with great defensive plays.
Be decisive.
Rashawn Lee has a chance here on the punt return. Great field position for Corner Canyon. They're going to get all the way down to the 39-yard line of Lone Peak. And the Chargers have a short field to work with here as they try to tie this game up.
As you said, don't feel the pressure, play the field position game. That's exactly what they did. They got the first 3 and out. They punted. They got a first down. They pinned them deep. And now they punted again. They punt to you. You're on the plus 50. This is exactly what you wanted. This is the area right here, this area we talked about all season, where you take a shot at the end zone. So let's see a deep pass right here.
Evans goes outside. Drew Watcott with the catch. Drew Watcott trying to make something happen.
Wow.
He's at the sticks. He's fighting for more. What a play by Drew Watcott on the bubble screen.
How about that? This is tempo. I go back tempo. You catching Lone Peak's defense. They're walking back to their line of scrimmage. You go tempo. You catch them. Here, Corner Canyon is now locked in and focused. When you have the opportunity to put Corner Canyon away, you cannot let them live.
First down, they go back to Krishawn Lee. Lee trying to follow those blockers. Lone Peak fights through it. They'll get him down, but he's out all the way to the 20-yard line on first down. So Corner Canyon is officially in the red zone.
Great job here. They're going no huddle. Briggs.
Weston Briggs, not much there, maybe a yard.
Great job of the Lone Peak defense of standing them up there.
Third and 3 from the 19. Bronson Evans, the quarterback, the junior for Corner Canyon. He's going to hand it off to Briggs. Briggs is close.
Oh.
I think he's short, but he's close.
You got to go for this. You put your fridge in the backfield with the fridge full. You just went grocery shopping, and you pick up this first down.
Talking about food, Sly, make me hungry. You've been here a long time today.
I know.
The pie isn't far away.
My wife likes me being away from home, so she's happy.
4th and 1, up the middle.
Briggs.
They got it. Weston Briggs moves the chains. Someone lost their helmet.
Great run right there. Great offensive line push. You got that wedge. You got that seam that you needed in a tough area right there. And Briggs falls forward for the first down. New set of downs here.
Nye Feelyval will have to come out of the game.
Yeah, he lost his helmet.
Number 64, a guard.
Oh.
Next man up.
Play clock keeps going. Oh, they reset it. Okay.
1st and 10 from the 16. Briggs up the middle. Another helmet falls off. Zion Finau's going to have to step out for a play. Get those chin straps fixed. Finau out, but Nye Feelyval returns. He's 2nd and 3 from the 9.
As we said, Weston Briggs in replacement of Brighton Brady has 1,100 yards on the season in 9 games. Tough runner.
First down will be 1st and goal from the 4.
That's exactly what you want. You load up on the run here. I do bootleg. If I'm the offensive quarter, I'm bootlegging out to my right side, right-handed quarterback. multiple levels here on offense. Only thing that's going to stop this here is a corner blitz. I'd shift to either 12 or 22 personnel and run a nice little bootleg.
That's Bronson Evans keeping it, getting down to the 1 yard line.
Okay, I think he's fitting in big boy package here. Make Zion go back to the backfield. Is that what they're going to do, or are they just bring an extra O-lineman? Yep, Zion's in the backfield.
They're going jumbo. Penn State here.
No messing around here.
Into the end zone. Touchdown, Corner Canyon. Weston Briggs.
You're going to get into the end zone a lot with Zion Finau as your lead blocker. He's that Penei Sewell type that just doesn't care. He's got an attitude to him, and he leads. And if he doesn't hit you, you're moving out of the way. And that's exactly what they did there off to the left side of this offense. Great run play, great play design, and great job by Corner Canyon in tying this football game up.
Nelson with the extra point, and we are tied. How about that? Well, hold on for a second. Looks like we got some yellow on the field.
Substitution penalty here? Or was it offsides on the defense?
I mean, let's look at the offensive line do work there. That Corner Canyon front is no joke.
That's great. That's great. That's exactly what you want to do. You got. Oh, it's on Corner Canyon. Do you want to take it on the kickoff or what? I take it on kickoff. If I got Landon Goff, I'm taking it on the kickoff.
Yeah.
Illegal formation, kick team. 5-yard penalty will assessed on the kickoff.
There you go.
Perfect. This almost guarantees you a kickoff return here, right?
PAT is good.
Because the only way to get this off is because they got Jaden Mayberry, who's also a very good returner as well. Get that run right there. Yeah, he's already in the end zone.
The offensive line made it easy.
Yeah, they did. That was great. But you got Jaden Mayberry and Landon Goff. You're moving back 5 yards here. It's almost a guaranteed return. The only way to get out of that is kicking it out of bounds. Unless they want to squib and sky kick it, which still you're going to get great field position to Kepaneme Tolu. So that's a great penalty for Lone Peak, and exercising it on the kickoff makes all the sense in the world.
Let's take a short break. We're all tied up at 21 in this 6A state championship game. We'll be right back.
Moving mountains takes more than muscle. It takes commitment through the comfortable, the uncomfortable, the starts, the stops, the sunny days, the stormy days. Here at Salt Lake Running Company, rain or shine, we've got you. We are here to help you keep moving forward. Locally owned, locally operated since 1995, SLRC offers free custom shoe fittings, rewards, training groups, races, free events, seminars, and clinics. Visit us in store or online today at slrc.com.
Your car carries you and those you love through the days and years. It deserves the best care you can give it. At Burt Brothers, we can help with that. We've been doing it better than anyone else since 1991, and we'll keep doing it to get you through all the important moments on life's roads. Because cars are more than how we get from here to there, they're how we get from there to here. Find your nearest store and discover special offers at burtbrothers.com.
Welcome back to Rice-Eccles Stadium. Looks like they changed their mind, Sly. They're going to push him back to see if he can miss this. We've seen how much a missed extra point can impact a team in the playoffs. This from 25 yards. Nelson, it's good. Like you, I would have rather have taken that on the kickoff.
Right. Getting better starting field position is more important to me than a 1 point extra point in the third quarter. If this was the fourth quarter, I might understand, but right now, understanding how dynamic Landon Goff is, I give him every opportunity possible to make an impact on this game. Defensively, they're not throwing his way at all. This is not going to happen.
Right. We haven't called his name once on defense. They haven't gone that direction.
Right.
Oh, another great game. This has been fun today. You missed it. Bountiful won the 5A state championship with a 42-35 win over their rival Roy. Roy had a chance to tie it on a Hail Mary at the end. The ball was caught just at the 3-yard line. They came up 3 yards short, but what a great season by both Roy and Bountiful. Bountiful has their first championship in 21 years. Now we'll decide the 6A state champion. A returnable kick. Guess who's got it? Goff fighting through defenders, but they're going to do a great job of getting him way back there. We got a flag as well.
And they're going to push him more back for a block in the back penalty right there. Great job by the kicker at forcing them all the way. The only bad part is the return was a left return. So he's got to go all the way back to the other side of the field. If that was the right return, it would have been right in it. But that was just a great kick right there for Corner Canyon.
Personal fail, blindside block, number 1, half the distance to the goal, first down.
Yeah, as a returner, you got to understand, if you're not going to be able to get back to your return, you might as well just let that go, because that had the opportunity of going out of bounds before the byline, or you get a touchback, you get it at 20. But if it's a hard left return and you got to run all the way this way, stop, go all the way back. But with dynamic playmakers, they're saying
Landon Goff probably still felt like he could make it happen.
I could do whatever. And so, I understand that mindset.
But now they're pinned at the 4-yard line, 1st and 10. They have not had good field position in the second half, right up the middle. We haven't talked about the injury to Sean Tahi and how much of an impact that may be having on Lone Peak's offense. Wright's been good, but Tahi had such a great season. You're missing one of your primary ball carrier and one of your best players. Next man up, and Wright has had to take on a bigger load. They've had some design runs for Kepa as well. 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 2nd and 8 from the 6. Pressure's coming. They do a great job holding it up. Now he takes a deep shot. Coming back to it, can't get there.
Oh. I think he had his receiver. He just needed to throw a little bit on it, or the receiver just needs to do a better job of guesstimating that ball.
It almost turned into a really nice back shoulder play. He just couldn't get back over to it in time.
It's almost like he had so much time in the pocket he wasn't comfortable.
Right. But also, that ball's got to be a little farther outside. Can't throw inside like that.
Yeah, well, the receiver came back, still came to the inside, and still didn't make it. Yeah, I agree. It's got to be a little further outside, a little deeper, or throw it a little earlier.
Ooh, this is interesting, Sly. Lone Peak's got to take a timeout with 2:50 left in the third quarter.
Here's the thing, do you do that? Because you're not going to get pushed back 5 yards. It's only going to be half the distance. You can run the ball again. With these timeouts.
That timeout is valuable.
We've seen it. The last week and today, you want to keep your timeouts for the end of the game, especially in the second half. But here they have to use it here so they don't get pushed back any further than they're already pushed back. I would see that Lone Peak would run a running play here to try to give themselves some more room to punt the ball. Again, you're playing the field position game, which is absolutely awesome. That's why that special teams kick was awesome, plus the penalty to push them back even more.
Third and 8 from the 6. Corner Canyon's going to bring the heat. Kepa in trouble. Safety. A huge play by the Corner Canyon defense.
Maybe I thought they should have ran the ball.
Wow. Not only do you lose the timeout, but you give up a safety. Now you got to kick it back to Corner Canyon.
Yeah,
this game has completely flipped.
I'm definitely not play action faking down on my own goal line. That takes time. You don't have time, especially when you see them giving pressure. Great job right there.
Jaden Talawega with the safety, number 5. Wow. So Lone Peak will have to kick it to Corner Canyon from the 20. (23-21) Corner Canyon.
You get points and the ball. That's the best play of football right there.
Nice kick all the way back to the 10, but they got a chance to return this. They take him down at the 33. It was Krishan Lee on the return.
Lone Peak, outstanding defense, as we said, has kept Krishan Lee from making any type of impact in this game, even on these kick returns. You know how dynamic he is. Has not made a huge splash in this football game. This drive may be different, but to this point, Krishan Lee has not made an impact on this game.
1st and 10, Evans hands it off.
Briggs.
Weston Briggs, Corner Canyon. He's just going to run this ball over and over again against this Lone Peak defense. The ground game is working.
That's a hats off to your big boys up front. They're technically sound. They know how to do it. They're creating big holes for King Koopa and Weston Briggs.
Another big one. Cooper almost broke another big one. Still a great run out to the 45-yard line. Oh, so close. Wesley Valgardson gets the tackle. If he didn't fight off that block, Cooper might have been gone.
Oh, for sure. We've seen him on the first play of the game, how much speed he has. So that's very, very possible. Capital play. Here he goes deep in the backfield.
2 backs. Cooper to the right. Off tackle. He's loose. Down the sideline to the 30. Another big run by Kingston Cooper, a junior running back. These 2 junior running backs have stepped up big for Corner Canyon.
And that's what I love about Corner Canyon so much is there's not one way for them to beat you. They can beat you in so many different ways. They run the ball effectively. They pass the ball effectively. And here you're just seeing it on display. They just got multiple guys who can do things on this offense.
Cooper trying to get to the outside, does not this time. Great tackle. Cade Hansen comes up from the linebacker position and takes him down. No gain.
Beautiful. Beautiful job filling right here. Flow. Cut him down. Great job. Runner can't run without his legs. Go for that far leg to shoot across the body. Look at this here, square. Shoot across the body. Shoot for the far leg. That way your body hits the near leg and you secure the tackle that way. Great job by Henson.
Second and 10 from the 33. 30 seconds left in the quarter, and now Corner Canyon
has to take a timeout.
Has to run a timeout. Eric Kerr is livid.
What are you doing?
He is mad at his guys. They're going to have to take a timeout. So both teams now have 2, Sly. We've had to see both of them do this.
Back even? Yeah, I mean, hey, I've seen it over the years and how valuable those timeouts are. As long as you're even with your opponent, I think that I don't think it'll really hold you back, but they're going to prove value. here in this fourth quarter. It's going to come down to it. This is a 2-point game right now. Should be tied up, but a 2-point game right now, and Lone Peak's going to start feeling the pressure because that 2 points could be the difference at the end of the game, right? They could score nothing in the fourth quarter and lose by 2 points. Like, that could be extremely hard to deal with. Let's see here. You got you off here. Let's go max protection. You should try to get the ball to Krishan Lee.
Second and 10. Evans taken down just beyond the 30 to the 29. So it'll be third down and about 6.
Yeah, as I said, like, they've run the ball more than I've ever seen them run the ball at a football game. But it shows you that they have that capability. That's QB run game. Bronson Evans is not known to be a runner the way he has to be today, but the run game has just been effective. Anything positive they've had has came from that.
They didn't get it off. That's the end of the third quarter. And what a game it has been, thanks to a safety. The Corner Canyon Chargers have a 23-21 lead after 3 quarters. We have a flag on the play. We'll find out what that is first before we...
Play. End of the third quarter.
There we go. It's official now. No flag. Quarter was over. So with that, we're 12 minutes away from crowning a new 6A state champion. Will it be the defending champion, Corner Canyon Chargers, or the Lone Peak Knights? We will find out coming up very shortly. But first, Mariluz Cook is a warrior. She survived the nightmare. Now she's found a new scrum.
I have. I'm now at the stable, and I hear that there is no chalk, there's no powder in this area, which is why I felt safe.
Powder safe.
I felt safe. So I've got Tag here, and I've got Andrew. Now, Tag, you're a senior. When you give your case for why the stable is the best student section in the state, what do you got for me?
We keep it loud and we keep it going. LPK, baby, let's go! Yeah!
Now, Andrew, I know that you were here last year. I remember you were a part of the crowd with the Baker Mayfield jerseys. Now being a senior, how do you describe what it's been like to be a part of the Corner Canyon student section?
I mean, it's insane. We get so loud, and I mean, we just get turned up in this John, bro. Let's go!
Very turn up in the stable, you guys, and no powder necessary. I like it here. Back to you guys.
I like that she had to check.
Yep.
I did.
Do you guys have powder?
I said,
If you got powder,
check.
I'm not coming up there.
Listen up. This is what I experienced earlier. I want to make sure that's not going to happen here.
Good. Mariluz, also thank the stable for no swears.
Thank you. I
felt like it came close there.
Oh, okay. Thank you for not swearing, you guys. Thank you for keeping it classy.
If it was anybody, it was definitely the Baker Mayfield fan.
That's what had me concerned. You never know when it gets turned up like that. Things get crazy. How about these students coming out here, supporting their school, supporting their classmates? A lot of school spirit here today. It's what it's all about. It's about the schools and the kids. The band, the cheerleaders, the drill teams, the dance teams, you're all a part of this. It's a joy to bring it to everybody. How much fun is this going to be? 12 minutes to decide a champion. We got a 2-point game. So much on the line here. Corner Canyon is inside the 30-yard line. They'll start the fourth quarter at the Lone Peak 29 after the safety. What a turning point that was in this game. Corner Canyon is taking control of the second half. It has been all Corner Canyon.
Yes, they have. And I think this is I don't want to say a game-defining drive or play here, but my biggest part in a football game is the start of the fourth quarter, because I can tell possession to possession how that's going to go in the next few series.
It's loud in here. Here we go. Evans over the middle, incomplete. Trying to go to Krishan Lee on 3rd and 6. He could not come up with it. I have a feeling they're going for it here on 4th down.
Yeah, this is a huge possession, as we said. We're going to try to get the ball to Krishan Lee. Landon Goff, of course, on the coverage. First time they threw his way. He's all over it for sure. But he just overthrew Krishan Lee. That could have went for a big play.
You love this. A 4th down in the 4th quarter of a state championship game. Let's go. 11:57 left in the game. 4th and 6 from the 29. Evans, the quarterback. And a flag. Why is it always a flag?
Delay game, number 6, offense. 5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
I love it. He's always coaching. You got to keep your guys accountable, right?
Yep.
Quarterback, you always have to have a clock in your head. Like literally, your training would be like military. 40 seconds started counting down at a certain moment. And so you always got to have a clock in your head. Always got to have an awareness of that. And they're keeping their offense out here.
Why not? What else are you going to do?
I kick a field goal. Kick a field goal. If you don't make it, then it's a touchback, right?
Right.
You got to play a field goal game. You're up by 2 points right here. Last thing you want to do is get an interception by landing golf or something.
And now they got to call timeout again.
Oh, there's been 3 seconds that's been run off the clock in this quarter. That's unfortunate.
Tough. That is tough.
I don't feel like this possession is that important to have wasted a timeout. Oh. That irks me because I don't know what's coming in this 4th quarter.
Right.
It's like you need those.
This is not your normal game. This is not a regular season game. This is for a championship.
I'm like, you already had a penalty. Just get another one. Either punt it or kick a field goal. If you don't have the leg for a field goal, pooch punt it. Pin them down inside the 5-10-yard line. You've done great. Your defense has done great when Niumatolo's been backed up. When he's had room is when he's been able to execute and open the playbook. All right, here we go.
4th and 11 from the 34. Evans will throw. Over the middle. Caught! 10, 5, touchdown!
Kai Asa.
Are they marking him at the 1?
No, he's touchdown. They call touchdown.
Okay.
They call the guy on the sideline is supposed to call touchdown, but he points at the guy in the middle to call it, so we miss it every time. But they call touchdown. That was a touchdown, clear touchdown. Whole body was inside the pylon.
How about that? Bronson Evans, after all of that, finds the composure on 4th and 11 to throw a strike.
I got a conspiracy theory.
Okay, here's the extra point, and then we'll discuss it.
What if Coach Kerr needed that room to make that play happen? I needed a delay game.
Okay.
I needed the theatrics to yell at you guys saying we don't have it together.
We haven't called Kai Mez's name a lot today.
I don't think we've called it at all.
That was the first time, but what does he do? He scores a touchdown. That's what Kai Meza does.
40-yard touchdown.
On 4th and 11. Bronson Evans with the throw of his life, right on the money to beat the secondary, and Mez is into the end zone for the touchdown.
In stride. Great play right there. Yeah, amazing. Amazing.
If you're Lone Peak, what are you doing now? Because you're in your mind, it's like we've given up 16 unanswered since halftime. We gave up a safety. We're down 9. We beat these guys this season. They're going to have to dig deep right now. They're going to need 2 scores. That safety becomes huge. From the 3. He's got a lane. That's trouble. And a flag is down. And there's a fumble. All kinds of chaos. Lone Peak recovered the ball, but this is coming back.
I don't know. If it's on Corner Canyon, you can decline it. Keep the ball at the 50. Oh, sorry. Never mind. If it's on Lone Peak. I got mixed up with who actually returned the ball there. Yeah, so either way, Lone Peak they'll have the ball, but this is definitely a penalty that'll back them up.
36 receiving team, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down, Lone Peak.
Wow, so you go from the 50 to the 13.
Lone Peak has to find a way to get Landon Goff on offense. Look at this. Stride. Just incredible.
And the hold was away from the play. That's rough.
Yeah.
That's a tough one for Lone Peak. Here they go. They got to get it going here. 1st and 10 from the 13. Kepa Nime-Tolu's got to shake off the safety and lead this team. Nice run right there up to the 20. They'll get him started.
That's what's hard right there. He should have pitched.
They got trouble over there. Multiple flags.
Yeah, that was a late hit. Or was that?
Did they get Corner Canyon on a late hit, or did they get the retaliation from Lone Peak?
It must have been a retaliation because Corner Canyon sidelines turned up.
Here comes the call.
After the play, dead ball, personal foul, number 72, offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, second down.
This has not been Lone Peak's half.
Jared Smith most likely reacting to the way that end of that play happened. He's just his alignment, that's his instinct, but it's going to cost him. All the way back to the 10-yard line. 2nd and 13. Kepa throws short. Catch is made in the flat. Nice play.
Samuel Wright with the check down and extra yards right there, picking up that first down.
Wright has been doing it in the run game. Here he gets a pass and makes something happen. That'll move the chains. Something positive for Lone Peak.
Yeah, so this has been a much better position for Lone Peak is when they're not pressured by having the goal line at their back. Things are a little more open. Let's see how comfortable they are with running their offense.
Kepa's going to throw. Caught. Fighting his way to the 40.
Ty
Cogswell with the catch. And another first down. This is what they need. They need to march down and score here. Then put the pressure back on Corner Canyon's offense to respond.
Yeah, if they do that, they run down the field here, they take another 3 or 4 minutes off the clock, they can give the ball back to Corner Canyon knowing that they're going to have one more attempt at this.
They need 2 possessions at least. Kepa keeps up the middle to the 45. Gain of 6.
$55 yards to go for the touchdown. Cut it down to a 1-score game.
Second and 4 from the 45. Kepa's going to throw it.
Oh, good defense.
Just out of reach. Incomplete.
Keaton Adamson there. Great reaction time. Oh.
Now we got a flag. That's late.
After the play, dead ball and sportsmanlike conduct. Number 1, defense. 15-yard penalty. Yardage results in a first down.
What did he?
Keaton Adamson.
What did he do?
I got to see it again. It was late, though. It was after the whistle.
Because he was pumped up. Did he do an action? I know we were calling it last week. They've been
calling that pretty strictly.
When you do like the first down in people's faces and stuff like that, I have no idea what he did there.
Oof. First down, Lone Peak. They're now in Corner Canyon territory at the 40. Handoff right. Fights through the tackle, gets to the outside, but he doesn't get far. They're going to give him the 36. So a gain of 4. Wright's had to carry an extra load in this game. Sean Tahi out with an injury. He's had a lot of carries.
He's done a terrific job. Samuel Wright's done a terrific job in this football game with what he's been given.
High snap, pitch out to Wright, finds a lane. Samuel Wright, he's got a chance, down to the 10. Touchdown saving tackle by Paxton Nagel. Wright all the way down to the 10-yard line. Lone Peak is in the red zone.
See, I hate these tosses to the boundary, but if you come straight downhill, you don't make any business of keep it going side to side. Watch this, it's almost like a dead toss. Go straight downhill from there.
If you're going to go boundary, that's the way to go.
A dead toss, right? You toss it, and then you go straight downhill as if it was a direct downhill play. You
First
catch
and
the
goal.
defense over pursuing.
Kepa keeps trying to get to the outside on the boundary, does not. Gets 3 yards down to the 7.
Oh, they gave him positive yards on that. Okay.
He did get 3. They'll take it. 8:18 on the clock. He steps out of bounds. That stops the clock. The clock suddenly becomes a factor here for Lone Peak. Again, they need 2 possessions. They needed to score as quick as possible. They don't want to make it easier for Corner Canyon to kill the clock on their end. They got to get it back. Right now they're focused on getting a score here. Got to have it. Right. Fighting inside. Down to the 1. Clock will run. Will be under 8 minutes the next time it's snapped. Kepa into the end zone, easy touchdown, Lone Peak. With 7:45 left, has scored. What's going on down there? There's more stuff going on. Is it a flag?
Yeah, it looks like the flag right on the tee, I think. This is just like the last game. They felt like there was a flag on every play in the last game. Really slowed it down. And here we've seen an abundance of flags here in this quarter. Now I think they're going to call an excessive celebration on Kepa there, which I don't know what he did there. It felt like that was pretty quick. Yeah, I don't know what this is. They called it on Corner Canyon. So we got to see what this is, but I think it's just excessive celebration or taunting.
For the play, dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 12. Number 12 has been disqualified.
What? Kepanime Tolu has been ejected from the game. Lone Peak starting quarterback has been ejected from the game.
Oh, he didn't get a warning or nothing.
This is going to cause a lot of controversy.
Oh my gosh. That hurt my heart hearing that. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
What?
What did he say? What did he do?
One, it was very after the play. I didn't feel like he did anything. The only thing I say, he must have said something. But to the point to where We did see it in the Lehigh game earlier this year. You got automatically ejected. But
that was a racial
slur. But that wasn't, he hasn't said that that's what he said. Oh my gosh.
That is a game-changing moment. I don't know what that young man did or said, but he is done in the state championship game.
Yeah, there's no appealing that.
Nope. Lone Peak has already dealt with some adversity in this game, and now their starting quarterback is out. So what do you do now?
Oh.
We still have an extra point coming up here. How is that?
Oh, let's see here. He gets in easy.
He said something to the official.
To the official?
Watch, he said it right here, watch. If we can get that other angle, we'd love to see it.
He said something
to that player, and their official caught it.
Yeah, he was right in the middle of it. Yeah. But we've seen it earlier in the season. They are not tolerating that at all.
Wow.
That's huge.
Both coaches have to come to the middle of the field.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, is that has been a consistent notion this whole season.
We've had multiple meetings like this during games.
Yes. The hard part is this is crazy down inside the fourth quarter, and Kepa Nimetolu is a big factor in this football game. This is not just a normal loss on here. This is huge in the sense of a comeback. And Coach Brockbank and Coach Kerr has to get their players together and talk about this. This is the magnitude of this ejection is huge. And as we said, there's no appealing this to get him back in this game.
We're not going to find out. We're not going to know what was said. But I have nothing but respect for these officials.
Yes.
And there was obviously a line crossed somehow, some way.
Because it was instant. As soon as the referee...
It was a no-doubt call.
Yes. There was no... no, there was... oh, that's definite. And you're gone,
No, it was an immediate flag, and it was a clear ejection.
Yes.
It's something they're trying to crack down on.
And they got to go for two without Kepa Nimetolu.
Wow, wow, wow. Well, in steps Ike Staley as the quarterback.
And Ike Staley, I don't think he has dynamic speed, but he is absolutely an athletic talent here. This guy has a lot of skill.
The two-point conversion is no good.
Yeah, that they might as well have just ran Wildcat to right there, Samuel Wright, and they would have had a better opportunity at that. I mean, Ike Staley needs more.
So here's the deal. So Isaac Staley has a lot of experience playing quarterback. Okay, he battled Nimetolu in camp for the job, but he's been playing tight end / receiver all season long. He's not taking reps in practices. He's taking reps as a tight end wide receiver. Now you're going to ask him to come in here and play quarterback for you in the fourth quarter of a state championship game against the defending state champs? That's a tall order.
Well, it's a tall order for any backup, but any backup that's been playing a different position.
Wow. Okay. Well, the two-point conversion is no good. What did you think about going for two there?
I didn't like it. I don't know why.
That doesn't make any sense.
Because now you can get in kicking range, and all you can do is tie it up. With Kepa not out there, I don't know what they were doing or what Brockbank's strategy was.
Great coverage on the kickoff. Now things are getting chippy. Both teams are going to have to be careful here in the last 7:39.
What do you think Brock Bank was thinking there for going for 2? Because, I mean, you'd be down by 1 or down by 2 is the same thing.
If you get the 2, you're only down 1. If they score a touchdown and an extra point, you're down 8. So you're still alive. It's no longer a 2 possession. It's 1 possession.
But now you're not believing in your defense of getting a stop.
Right. Weston Briggs, a nice run on first down. Out to the 32.
I mean, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping they don't get another point. I'm hoping to get a 3 and out somewhere close to where I have the last possession and I drive in and get in the field goal range and I can win it. But here he's saying I can either make sure I'm not down by double possessions or I could tie the football game.
Yeah. Another run. King Cooper gets to the outside. He's got a first down. Out of bounds.
Stops the clock, though.
Does stop the clock at 7:02. Here's the truth, though, Sly. They have not been able to stop the run tonight. Corner Canyon has been able to run all over Lone Peak, which is shocking. Lone Peak's such a good defense.
What do we say in the first half is in tough games like this, what is the most thing that you would want in an offense? You want a strong and dominant run game. We saw Corner Canyon wanting to establish a running game early here, and the first play of the game was the 80-yard touchdown. And then Weston Briggs came in and established his nature in this game.
Evans will pass. He's got plenty of time. Now he's got to run, and he's not going anywhere. He'll lose a yard. So that's what Lone Peak needed right there on first down. It'll be 2nd and 11, but the clock will run. Corner Canyon has 1 timeout. Lone Peak has 2 timeouts. Bot Mulatalo with the stop. Corner Canyon's milking that clock. They want to melt that clock and run this game until the clock hits 0 and they celebrate a championship. Lone Peak's got to get stops. Cooper, that's one of them. Going backwards all the way back to the 30. Forward progress will mark him at the 35. It's still a 2-yard loss.
I hope you save it. I was like, should he take a timeout here? No, he saved that timeout.
Cooper Stosich in on the tackle.
Plenty of time for you, even if they waste.
Junior Tahi in on that tackle. Jaden Mayberry was involved in that tackle. And now it's 3rd and 13 from the 35-yard line. Clock is running. We're down to 5.5 minutes. Lone Peak showing blitz. Now they back off. Evans over the middle. Caught!
Drew Walcott.
Drew Walcott with a massive catch. Down to the 47-yard line. That moves the chains. Again, Bronson Evans hasn't lit it up in the pass game tonight, but he's made some tough throws when he needed to.
On time. It's the yellow gloves.
You can definitely see his hands. I can see him from up here.
Great play. Again, now you got that first out, which was what you needed, right? And now you just go back to the run game. You give it to Briggs, Weston Briggs, and have him run out this clock for you.
Briggs up the middle. Nice run on first down all the way up to the 39-yard line. Or sorry, 41-yard line. Corner Canyon is in Lone Peak territory. And that clock is melting.
Which is exactly what Corner Canyon wanted to do.
.420 and counting. And that's going to hurt Lone Peak.
Hey, jump off sides.
That'll move the chains again.
The snap, encroachment, number 69 defense. 5-yard penalty. Yardage results in a first down.
Jeez. Andy Stice. Senior DN right there, jumps off sides.
Clock is running. We're going to be under 4 minutes when they snap it. Corner Canyon doing everything they've wanted to do in this second half. Briggs up the middle, just short of the sticks, but a great first down run. He's inside the 30 down to the 28.
7 yards.
And that clock is ticking. .315 and counting. 2nd and 2 from the 28. Briggs has the first down. Inside the 20. Down to the 17. A touchdown here all but clinches victory. They're in the red zone. There'll be 2:30 left when they snap it. Briggs wrapped up, gets to the 15, maybe a yard short. They'll mark him at the 16. Clock will continue to run. When does Lone Peak need to start taking those 2 timeouts? How long can you wait?
I mean, you only have 2 of them. So you have to wait till here would be a 3rd down. If you get a stop here on 3rd down, you can start taking them now. And freezing a kicker doesn't make any sense, but if you can stop the clock here, so say they get a big stop here on Corner Canyon.
We're under 2 minutes, 2nd and 8. Briggs up the middle.
Take a timeout here.
They stuff him there. And now Coach Brockbank will use a timeout.
Yeah.
That makes sense. 1:53 left to play. 30-27. Corner Canyon leads Lone Peak. It'll be 3rd and 7 after the timeout from the 15-yard line. So we go into a TV timeout as well. With 1 timeout, you're almost just 1 first down away. You don't even have to score.
All right. How much air went out of the stadium when Nime Tolu got ejected?
I knew the moment he said he was disqualified from the game that people were going to react. I mean, that's not what you expect a referee to say in the 4th quarter of a state championship game. And to be honest, Sly, at this, I mean, it was a shocking moment, but Lone Peak's offense hasn't been back on the field as far as impact on the game.
Since then.
It hasn't had any.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, they gave the ball up or scored at 7:47.
He scored the touchdown.
Yeah.
They just.
But that's what I'm saying.
They had like Staley out there on the extra point, but on the 2-point conversion, but that moment hasn't impacted the game other than just shocking everybody and kind of taking the air out of the sails of the Lone Peak
sideline fans.
And did it impact the defense emotionally? I don't think so. I think this is just Corner Canyon running it down their throat.
Win for 2.
Maybe that's why they did, right? Still got 1:53 left. 3rd and 7. If Lone Peak gets a stop, things will get very interesting. From the 15. Evans will throw it to the end zone. Caught!
No good.
Incomplete. Meza caught it, but he was out of bounds. It'll be 4th down. They decide to throw on 3rd and 7. It'll be 4th and 7. The clock stops with 1:48 left.
Just a little too far outside for Kai Mesa. Great catch, but Bronson Evans just a little far outside. That would have been a touchdown. You throw it even a little bit more towards the pylon there. I think a little more practice this offseason, Bronson Evans would be able to get that pass down. As a quarterback, that is one throw you want to have in your back pocket that you have perfected. Hopefully he gets that down, but here it'll be 4th down. Clock wasn't moving.
Eric Kerr will take his last timeout. They'll discuss this. 1:48 left to play.
Plenty of time.
It'll be 4th and 7. A state championship on the line when we come back after this.
At UCCU, we've learned that people prefer more. And not just more, but a lot more. That's why UCCU created Elevated Checking. Elevated provides everything you'd expect from the best checking account anywhere and more. A lot more. Like loan discounts, overdraft forgiveness, and free ATMs nationwide. Just visit uccu.com
and elevate your checking.
You've been told that running is punishment. Let's help you make it your superpower. At Salt Lake Running Company, we're here to help you become a better athlete. From the gym to the track, SLRC offers all student athletes a 10% discount, free rewards, free custom shoe fits, and inserts that fit into athletic shoes and cleats. For 30 years, SLRC's award-winning customer service has helped student athletes find the perfect fit that keeps them training and competing. Shop in-store or online at slrc.com today.
Commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
Fourth and 7. From the 15, Evans, handoff. They're going to go end around. Krishan Lee, can they stop him? Yes, they can. Lone Peak takes over at the 20-yard line.
The only reason you do that is because you know they do not have a quarterback over there. That's the only reason you do that.
Yep.
Of course, you go for the kill shot. If this would have been a reverse pass, that would have been something. He had enough time to throw the ball, but.
So Junior Tahi and Landon Goff come in on the stop. Corner Canyon turns it over on downs. Lone Peak will start this drive at the 17-yard line with a backup quarterback. 1:39 left to play, down 3. But they have a chance. Here we go. Ike Staley throws, caught, 25 to the 29. First down, they move the chains. Is there a flag? There is.
Illegal formation, 5 men in the backfield on the offense. 5-yard penalty remains first down.
That's insane. Well, things like that ain't gonna help.
It'll be first and 15 from the 12. Staley takes the snap. He's got time. Looking downfield, now he's going to run. Staley can run. He's not going to make it to the outside, to the sideline to stop the clock.
Gotta go.
And now the clock runs.
Gotta go.
He got to the 24.
And that's what sucks about plays like that is, yeah, you get a big chunk of yards, but the clock rolls and you lose 20 seconds.
Staley throws, catch is made, they get out of bounds. First down at the 32, 33-yard line. 1:04 left on the clock. Lone Peak has a chance. They don't have to have a touchdown. They would need a field goal to extend this game. Staley with trips to his right, throws downfield. Almost intercepted. Incomplete.
This is intense, okay? You got 2nd down and 10 here. 33-yard line. How do you attack with Ike Staley, your backup quarterback who hasn't gotten reps this year? You didn't think you needed or you'd be in this situation. But he does know this offense. So what things can you do here?
Empty backfield for Staley. Throws short, incomplete.
And that's just no reps.
Yep.
That's me not knowing how much I have to put into it to throw from the far hash to a deep out on the other. The guy was open. He would have caught it. 1st down, 45-yard line. Clock would have stopped without using the timeout. But now it's 3rd down and 10. This is a huge play here. Honestly, you do what you can. You spread everybody out here. If the defense is spread out, I can try to pick this up with your legs, but get everybody down and clock the ball.
Empty backfield again for Isaac Staley. He's going to run up the middle. Now he's going to bounce it to the outside and try to get to the sideline. It's not a 1st down. He's well short.
But that's good. If you're short, get out of bounds.
Yeah.
If you picked up the 1st down, you can stop and bounce here. But now it's 4th down. Coach Bachbank has to determine what this play is going to be. For me, I got to get Ike Staley rolling. I can't have deep outside passes. He's a right-handed quarterback. He has the right side of the field wide open. I crack down on the DN to give him the edge, and I bring somebody from the backside. So I have the running back flip over to the other side, crack the DN, and let him roll out.
4th and 5, gotta have it. Staley throws the screen right. Can't get there, he stopped short. Lone Peak turns the ball over on downs.
That's the game.
And now the Corner Canyon Chargers can start celebrating.
Yes.
They are 42 seconds away from defending their title.
And they went to that because it worked early in the game. They got the big play from right over here, and he picked up a huge gain. They thought that was going to be open down here, but as I said, you got to roll with him to make sure that, because if he's rolling, then he's able to actually run too at that same time. But with that here, they take 2 knees, game's over. It's hard to try to come back without your quarterback. And that's what unfortunately happened here.
Evans takes a knee. Will Lone Peak even try to stop the clock? It doesn't look like they will.
Yeah, that's the game. It's over. They can celebrate.
There's nothing they're going to be able to do about it. Reality is set in on both sidelines.
Yeah, they don't need to hike it. The play clock's not even rolling. I guess they just did it for formality.
Evans takes another knee, and it's over. How about that? All the injuries, all the adversity that they struggled through this year, the Corner Canyon Chargers find a way. They dig deep, and they repeat as state champions. They get revenge against their only loss of the season to the Lone Peak Knights. And now the Corner Canyon Chargers are taking another trophy home with them. The dynasty continues. Corner Canyon remains the kings of 6A football.
And the only stat that's going through my mind is 8 losses in 8 years.
Unbelievable.
As crazy and tumultuous as this season has been for Coach Carey, this Corner Canyon football team, they still only lost 1 game. They get their revenge on the guys that beat them. And this is a game, and for me, it go back to that safety, right? Should you have ran the ball on that to give yourself more room instead of a play-action fake and get sacked and give up 2 points and the football? Yeah, I mean, of course, decisions you make at the end of the day, there's always retrospectively you can look at things, but losing your quarterback, you have 1:48 to go, and you don't have your guy who traditionally throws the ball or understands the offense to run it in a situation, that's gut-wrenching. And very unfortunate for this Lone Peak team. But Corner Canyon does exactly what they need to do. They rode the wave. They got down, 21-10, 21-7 in that first half. And they came all the way back, had a huge into the second quarter to take the lead here. And they made it happen. They did exactly what they needed to do to win a game, and that's the Coach Care way. Yeah, understanding personnel, defense. Their defense came up so big, after Lone Peak seemed seemingly unstoppable to begin this game. And their defense, you got to commend them. You can't forget them controlling the line of scrimmage on offense, running the ball effectively with Weston Briggs and King Cooper. This is a talented football team. As you say, extremely deep. Kai Mesa with a huge play in that fourth quarter to take the lead here. Just an amazing football game. And a lot of turmoil. We didn't think it was going to end this way. We knew it would come down to the end. But, hey, it's up for the dramatics every year. And as some of my coaches have always said, I'll take an ugly win. I'll take an ugly win. And if we can gut it out, grit it out, make it happen, that's all that matters.
Corner Canyon has done it again. They found a way. This wasn't the dominant Corner Canyon team that we've seen in the past. So many injuries. There's Helaman Kasuga right there celebrating with his teammates. He's on a scooter.
5A
he was
state
supposed
champ.
to be out here on the field. He's on a scooter. How about Bronson Evans Slide?
Yeah.
Always be ready. If you're a quarterback out there and you're listening right now and you didn't win a starting job or you're not the 4-star kid, always be ready. Let's go down to one of those kids that was ready right now. Mariluz Cook standing by with Weston Briggs.
Weston, congratulations to you. When you think about this season and all of the adversity that your team faced, all of the injuries to now be state champions in back-to-back years, what does that mean to you?
I'm just so proud of the people that stepped up, and Bronson, so proud of him. That is so hard to do and fill in that role, and he did a great job.
Now, Bronson, we're going to try to get a chance to talk to him, but you mentioned him. What impressed you most about what he was able to do stepping in this season?
I mean, he just led the team so well and just was so verbal, and he just always stayed calm. No matter what whatever happened, he always stayed calm. That's what I love about him.
I'm sure it's special to get a state championship, to be able to do it back-to-back years, but to avenge the loss that you got, the only one from Lone Peak, what does that mean?
Dude, that feels so good. They're a really good team, I'll be honest. That was a good fight. That was just such a good game by our team.
Congratulations to you.
Hey, thank you so much.
Back to you guys.
Thanks, Mariluz. We'll try to grab another interview or two after the celebration wraps up. They're going to give the trophy here in a moment. We'll get ready for that.
Almost feels like he's still in shock. Just hearing him, he's just like, man, that was a crazy game. And just to know the season's over. We're state champs. What we were fighting for, we're state champs.
Yeah.
It's almost like he's still like, it hasn't really sank in for him yet. And I've been there. I've been like, what did we just do?
Look, Sly, everyone thought they were vulnerable. You lose.
Yeah.
Your star running back. You lose a 5-star receiver. You lose the 4-star quarterback that everyone's talking about. Remember who they beat this year?
IMG.
They beat IMG Academy. And then everybody got hurt and everyone wrote them off. Well, guess what? You can't write off Corner Canyon. Look at that. The Chargers raise that trophy above their head. They are state champs. Let's go back down to Mariluz.
You know, I think this is so special. You guys can't see this, but Helaman Kasuga's over there. He's waving at you. I know that he's been a big support. Hopping over here to get. Goodness, be careful over there.
I fucking love you. Hey, this is my guy. This is my guy, Bronze, man. Hey, good shit, boy. Good shit.
Okay, Bronson, very special to have Helaman hobbling over here. You stepped in. When you take a look at this season, adversity, injuries, you were a guy who was able to step up and lead your team. How were you able to do it?
I mean, all glory to God, but I got a lot of good teammates, especially our O-line and defense, and our running back, Weston Briggs and Kingston Cooper. I mean, they're all studs. They help me out so much, so they make my job really easy.
I know for you, it was a childhood dream of yours to be the Corner Canyon quarterback, to now be able to lead your team to a state championship. What is the feeling?
It's crazy. I had a goal. I had like a vision board, and I wrote start varsity QB for Corner Canyon. It's been a dream of mine since I was 8, and I mean, checking that off was great. And then after that, I had to write a new one. The next one was win a state championship. So can't wait home to check that off the list.
Well, congratulations. That's a pretty big deal for this team to be able to do it back-to-back years. So what are the qualities of this team that you think made them able to do it?
I mean, the word that we always hear is resilience. I think just with all the injuries that we've had and all the setbacks and heartaches, it's just we're a resilient team and we work really hard. So that's it.
Congratulations. Very happy for you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Back to you guys.
That's awesome. I love the vision board. I do the same.
Yeah.
And to be able to cross that off, I want to know what his next goal is going to be, right? Starting QB for Corner Canyon, which is a feat, right? You can't just say any starting quarterback. He said specifically for Corner Canyon when he was 8 years old.
Yeah.
That is incredible to accomplish that. And then set another one, a state championship. He's got another year. What is his next goal going to be? And for anybody out there, you've said it. Always have it ready. And it doesn't matter if you're the quarterback, any position, you could be up next at any moment. So be ready, stay ready. You could be the next star in waiting. And so when your moment comes, your opportunity is presented, never waver, always be ready. Incredible job by Corner Canyon this year. As you said, a season riddled with adversity.
Death taxes, and Corner Canyon is the state champion in 6A in Utah. They continue to do it. The dynasty continues. Some wondered if they were able to overcome all this and hold on. They took on every challenge, and they met those challenges. And once again, they are champions. Coach Kerr has just always found a way. It's crazy. You look back, Sly, on all the different teams he's had. They've done it throwing the ball 50 times a game. They've done it running the ball.
Defense.
They've done it with defense. Sometimes they've been the biggest team. Sometimes they haven't.
All right.
They've found multiple ways to win, and that's coaching. Taking who you have, and look, people listen. All the coaches around the state are listening to me right now. They've always had the best athletes in the state. They are spoiled in that aspect, and they build a program, and they attract the best athletes. But his ability to take what he has and figure out how to make the most out of it.
Here's the thing, to people who are saying that, right? Like, how many teams have put together all-star teams and not made it happen, right? It doesn't mean that just because you put a whole bunch of guys together, they're going to gel and mesh well, right? Coaching makes them gel and mesh well. Understanding your personnel makes them gel and mesh well. Their star players were out for the majority of the season. They did not have their star players for the majority of the season. So still, at the end of the day, they still went 12-13-1 now without a good majority of their stars, their big-name guys for it. This is just a true team, and this is putting personnel on display. As you said, JJ, being able to win running the ball, being able to win throwing the ball, being able to win on defense, making everybody play and believe in one another, even the guys that aren't ready, having them be able to support the guys that are in. That's coaching, man, and Coach Kerr, there's nobody in the state that's done it better over the last decade.
One more interview. Marilou standing by with Kai Meza.
Kai, you were able to catch the winning touchdown there. What was going through your mind in that moment?
I was super nervous, but we made it happen. I was just super shocked. I was super surprised. Yeah.
When I talked to Bronson about the qualities of this team that allowed you to win the state championship despite the adversity, despite the injuries, he said the word was resilience. How would you describe this season yourself?
Shoot, I would say the same thing. I would say this exact same thing. But yeah, exactly how Bronson said it.
Well, I want to ask you about Bronson. What impressed you about his ability to step up this season?
Oh, everything about him. After losing a quarterback, he came up week 6, did his thing. And, he's just been doing really good. I'm very proud of Bronson and everything and all the work he's been doing.
For you, now the feeling of being a state champion in back-to-back years, what is the feeling?
It feels really good. I've never made it this far, and it's such a blessing. I gotta thank God. Yeah.
Well, now that you are a state champion, how do you feel? How does it feel to have that as a part of your resume now?
Oh, I feel so great. Like, I want to shout out Care too. You know, like, Care's him. No Glaze, but Glaze cares him. I just want to say that Care's the best coaching. We lost everyone, or we lost a lot of people on our team, but, you know, he right there has made it happen. You know, I love Care to death.
What was the message that he was giving to your team throughout the season and throughout the injuries and everything that you guys were faced with?
No one's going to feel sorry for you. No one's going to feel sorry for you. You know, it's just like, you know, we just got to step up and do what we got to do. And that's what we did. You know? I
don't think anybody's feeling sorry for you guys. Now, congratulations on the well-deserved win.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Yes, thank you.
No Glaze, but Glaze. I love it, man. It's exactly what we said, right?
Yeah.
It's like they fought through adversity. They fought through resilience. Nobody's going to feel sorry for you because you guys have been on top. It's kind of like people be like, oh, they deserve these injuries.
Yeah.
Is what some people would say. So you guys got to fight. You got to block out the noise. You got to continue on. And you guys have the pieces here to win a state champ. That's what I would be saying. And we've said it, man. It's coaching. It doesn't matter if you have the best guys or the worst guys. How well can you put them together? How well can they gel together? That's why football is so special. It's the ultimate team sport. You literally need 11-plus people being on the same page for you to win and you to get things done. And that's what this team has done this year and year after year. And so as the players have said, man, Coach Kerr and Kai Mason said it best, man. He's like, that guy right there. He made us believe, and he really understood what it took to get these guys together. Absolutely amazing.
The dynasty continues. Corner Canyon defeats Lone Peak 30-27 to defend their title as 6A state champions. That's 5 championships in 7 years. Let's go down to the KSL Sports Rewind, guys. They have, I'm sure, a lot to say about another Corner Canyon state championship.